Oh, hey, how we doing? Good to see you. Just doing some stuff here. Where the H? There it is. All right. See, it's a lot of moving parts.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. I'm just gonna print something out, guys.
Your printer there, eh?
Yeah, right there.
You were showing us your new paper technique. I don't remember if that was on air or off air, but really revolutionary. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, well, you see,
like rolling papers.
Yeah, no. That's right. Yeah, no, it's
have to reuse those.
When you print something, right? Like this here, I've got some notes for today's show.
Yeah.
But it's only on one side. On the other side, there's nothing there.
Still
right?
Blank, eh?
So then what I've done is instead of just crumpling it and throwing it out, or even then recycling it, what I do is I take it and I've got, I'll show you. It's called a clip.
Right here. Jeez, yeah.
So I take some of these papers that only have something on the one side, but on the other side it's blank, and then I can use it for handwritten notes.
Okay.
That come up. Thus, kind of getting at least two. Well, see, I'm out of paper in my printer. This is how we save the world.
I think that you can choose to print double-sided.
But what I'm saying is, I only have enough. There's no more on this sheet.
Yeah, but listen, can you hold that up again?
I know what you're going to say. But it keeps me from then buying a notepad and buying paper. Either way, I'm doing more to save this planet than you are, as you're out there with your diesel trucks, just spraying aerosol cans into the atmosphere.
You do
burning paper in your house after hardly using it.
Yeah, you do realize that you're still using the paper.
Okay, settle down, Joe Rogan. All right? Christ almighty.
If anyone's saving the world, it is I.
Is that right?
I don't do notes.
Yeah. You did last night, I heard.
The absolute
I heard a rumor.
truth.
What got into you that you had notes for Afterburner?
I did notes, and I also used Boomer's philosophy there. I used the backside of something that was already printed on. So,
did you have enough notes to necessitate two sides of a single page?
I sure didn't, Ryan. I sure didn't.
Just some bullets. That's fine. You can expand on those.
Should I request them from the people downstairs if you guys would like to go over my notes?
I was doing one of these on my phone last night. Just kind of skimming, and I came across Afterburner, and it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
Sad?
As you had Rhett just kind of sitting with his microphone. Yeah, well, it's I don't know. They're gonna try. I don't know. The game's wins matter, and be quiet for a while, and then Cammy would. Well, I do think wins matter, and because it was very sad. So then I felt I needed to chip in with a little bit of commentary in the chat group.
How'd that go for you? Because you always enjoy when I jump in the chat group.
Excellent.
You must have missed the beginning, because there was all kinds of pep and vim and vigor right out of the gate.
Yeah, I'm sure there was. Tank was low by the time I had tuned in. To the point I was surprised they were still going. It's like, oh Jesus, they're still going.
Way too long.
Cammy
loves talking to me.
It was very long.
It
was you'd said all you were going to say. There was nothing much left.
She's like you. She wants to drag more out of me, and it's like it's over. It's done. Like you've got the comments. It's just cut the clips. Let's go.
So when did you switch from the beers to the Pedialites? That's the question.
When I got home.
Yeah, I heard the Pedialite thing at the end. Okay, so something's going on. Yeah.
What do they call that? Pedia vodka? Make it a double? What are you doing there?
Delicious. Yeah.
I'm hydrating.
Vodka, Red Bull. Yeah. Why not? Why
electrolytes, baby.
I forgot to do something. Stand by.
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Welcome to the Friday edition of Barn Burner. It's Boomer, it's Pinder, it's Red Morning. So we get after it today.
This is Matt Chapman, Chappie Couture.
I don't typically wear sweaters in Hawaii when I'm there, but today I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hawaii. Do you want to tell the people about your news from this morning? Your travel news?
Oh, because Rhett's got a thing with travel. Not easy. For some people, you can just travel. Rhett, he'll put 2 for one kid, none for another. He'll have the wrong day for one kid, wrong city for him. Travel's been a tough one for Rhett over the years.
How do you bring it up? It's also I've got a credit at this airline that's clearly not recognized. They shut down operations.
Maybe they got some merch. You could rock the defunct airline hat.
Old Lynx Air, best airline ever, because it was out of Hamilton and dirt cheap, and I could get right into Calgary. Good flight times.
I'm sorry about that, buddy.
Defunct. Debunked? Defunct.
Defunct.
Daft Punk. Very awesome. Love Daft Punk. Yeah.
Harumph.
Finite?
God damn it.
Pretty much is how that.
Yes.
Because you were coming home for the big Kipper game next weekend. You had your flights booked. You actually look at you getting out in front of it, booking flights well ahead of time.
That'll teach you for booking something not day of travel.
Right.
That's exactly just another reason.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Well,
never again.
Road trip.
I said that to the shoveler. I said, you know what? Maybe I'll just pack a vehicle, start a drive, fly boom out here. We'll just have a hell of a time.
We'd have a hell of a time.
Hell of a time.
Hell of a time. See, you're going to get my hopes up again, and then you pull you're like Lucy with that goddamn football. You pull it away, and then I'm flying through the air, landing on my back. Prick. Anyway. No Darren Dreger today. He'll be back next week, but we got a lot to get to. We got a lot to get to. The Calgary Flames last night. Let's do it. It's our opening statements for McLeod Law. I'm actually going to double up on some McLeod Law. That's what I was printing. A little this day in history as well for some McLeod Law coming up. But first and foremost, McLeod Law with the opening statements for last night. Now, Peter Klein, he's our buddy. You know, he is the personal injury guy, but did you know he's also the go-to guy in Calgary for your disability insurance claim? If your long-term disability insurance company not paying those benefits, you contact Peter. He'll get you those benefits that you paid for and deserve. And along with that, a little bit of peace of mind. You get stressed, you get anxious, there's a lot of things going on. Just put it out of your mind. Don't worry about it. That's what comes when you get Peter Klein on your side. McLeod-law.com is the website. Across social media, McLeod Law LLP. A Calgary Flames win last night. Just no big deal. Second time in 17 days, just beating the Bruins. What's nothing to see here?
I mean, the Bruins clearly just, they've had 2 cracks at it. They are not up to the level of the Calgary Flames.
Flames flew. Didn't show up. Is that what it is? It's gotta be, right?
Damn right it is. Yeah.
They got the Saddledome squirts. They didn't even want to leave the dressing room.
All of a sudden, you get that Kylington running around. You got to keep your head in a swivel because he might knock your block off. We'll talk about
still running around. He got kicked out of the last Boston game.
I know he did.
Rent free between their ears, Dino.
Yeah, no, he did. 3-2 in overtime. It was, and I know some the 3-on-3's gotten boring and they've coached their way around it. Last night's 3-on-3 was a banger. That was a lot of fun. That one.
Very good. I thought the whole game was really entertaining, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Well, you were wasted, but yeah, it actually was pretty good.
Trashed.
Brett was watching the Rangers and Devils. He didn't even realize. Oh, Jesus! I watched the wrong game.
Yeah. No, so when the team that maybe you're cheering for ends up winning in 3-on-3 overtime, you know what? 3-on-3 is great. Probably some Boston fans, and there seemed to be a lot of them at the Dome last night. They had the Saddledome squirts, I guess, at the end. Probably not as fond of it as the Flames fans were, but chances at both ends, goalies making saves, goalies keeping the puck alive, teams crossbar in overtime, saves in overtime. Markstrom, pretty good, eh? When he's not completely shitting himself and giving the puck away, he's really good.
Likes to be, he wants to make it interesting.
Don't go full Mike Smith ever. Like, come on, that one coming out, like, you can do better there. I don't even care if you ice it. You just can't put it on a Boston stick, and that's the only that made it 1-1.
Like that one there is a great save. Breakaway. He's getting good at these because he's getting lots of practice.
He really is. Yeah,
facing breakaways for the opposition.
Certainly isn't feeling rusty when they come about.
Yeah, he's looking limber. He's ready.
Limber. And kind of lost in all of this. Are you going to trade him? You're going to all of this, what are you going to get for him? You're going to get picks. You're going to get what did you get? And then I thought of it last night during post game. You know who really doesn't want to lose this goalie is his coach.
Oh yeah.
If you could not trade this guy right now, that'd be great. Here's Ryan Huska post game asked about Markstrom, who has been out of this world all season.
Into this team,
everything. He's elite. He is an elite goaltender. So he gives us a chance to win every time he's in the net, and you want that from your goaltenders. But he's also stolen games and situations for us this year that have allowed us to get points. So he's. And I know he's passed someone else on the Swedish goaltender list. So we think the world of him. We really do.
Yeah. If you had asked Ryan Huska what a fair salary would be for Jacob Markstrom, he'd say $20 million. I understand the value of that goalie to that coach, because the coach is short term. We need to win. And no one has helped you more than Jacob Markstrom.
Win number 211, that to that point made by Huska there, passing Tommy Salo, sole possession of second all-time in NHL wins among Swedish-born goalies. Of course, Henrik Lundqvist kind of lapping the field with 459 wins, but congrats to Markstrom on win number 211. How about it? Pretty good.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if it also happening on the same sport in the same league last night. The Devils allowed 4 on 14, heavily outshot the Rangers and got pumped. They still need a goalie.
I saw Darren Haynes, and I could just read it to you because it is what it is. But he did the math on it. No bueno is what it comes down to. Nico Dawes. Where is it? For what it's worth, New Jersey goalie Nico Dawes has given up 10 goals on 40 shots over the last 5 periods.
Oh, 10 on
not
40.
5 games. Periods.
10 on 40, Dean. That's 750. That is horrible.
Old Lindy Ruff has run the gamut with goaltending.
He sure has. He's got both ends of the spectrum, hasn't he?
Yes, from the best to the absolute worst. And that Dallas squad that he had that should have went on to win the cup, in my opinion, they were good.
Lettinen and Ramo?
Yeah, couldn't stop anything. Multiple goaltending changes in the single games, I think.
Yeah.
Right? And then so their team was awesome. They couldn't get a save. In Buffalo, goalies lights out. Your players can't produce a goal.
They're gonna have to take sharp objects away from Lindy Ruff the way it's going.
They might take his name bar away too. There's a lot of pressure there. I understand he just got the extension there, but this was a season where they were a top 4 or 5 in Stanley Cup odds in the preseason, if I recall correctly.
For funsies, if they went and got Markstrom, does that immediately catapult them back into that?
I think so, yeah. I mean, look, Dougie Hamilton's out, and that's a big piece. They just got Siegenthaler back. They could use another defenseman, but what they're missing is saves. If you look at that forward group and their age, this is their window to be very good for a long time. They locked in Hughes, pennies on the dollar. I think they got 2 or 3 years left on Hischier where his deal's team friendly. This is a team built to win now. When you make that Toffoli deal, that's a one piece away move. They thought they were going to get more saves than they've got, clearly.
Yeah, and what's the attitude of the player in the room now? Well, after watching this for the season,
you say all the right things to the media. It's a team. We win as a team, lose as a team, all of that. But you've been there, Rhett. Although you've been on the other side with great goaltending. But you know what it's like when you got to be sitting on the bench and you're playing hard and you're playing well and you're getting some offense, and then shitburger after shitburger goes in and you just look.
4 on 14. That's it's just how many times does any team in this league win when that happens?
You sure don't, Ryan. You sure don't. Don't care if you have McDavid and Crosby on your team and Draisaitl.
The funny thing is, the remedy that we think is there for the Devils is Markstrom. If it was a year ago, he's giving them what Nico Dawes and Akira Schmid and Vitek Vanacek have been giving him this year. He was that bad that last year. It's crazy, this position.
I wonder about Tom Fitzgerald, what he's got to be thinking. Because he knows the goalie will waive to go there. We're led to believe that Markstrom would waive his no trade clause to go to New Jersey. So that's not going to hold any deal up. What's going to hold it up is you paying an absorbent price, huge price to get him. So if you want him, he's there. He's available. He's not been told by Conroy, no, he's off the table. He is available, and the goalie will go to your team.
Here's my price. Pay it, or we're not picking up the phone.
Grab him,
Well,
give him a twist.
I'm sure you'll go through it. What's the standings out there for Jersey? They're on the outside.
They're 5 back,
right?
But,
Like,
I mean,
you
they've
can't
dropped
wait.
3 or 4 ugly ones since that deal was rumored. Like the runway's getting shorter, and they're not gaining ground. It's been a tough run here, Red.
And look what's happened with the Rangers. Shesterkin gets his game back. They've rolled off 8, 9 in a row.
9.
You can go on those kind of runs when you're getting saves.
9 times.
9 times. I need that one.
You don't have that one?
Don't know.
9.
Settle down.
Okay. 9 times. 9
times. So I like all the Devils and the Flames were in conversations about trade, but then there was some breakdown in terms of this. But there's some thought they could reignite trade talk.
Well, and apparently Conroy's busy because I texted him to come on the show last night, and he told me to pounce in.
You wanted to get him on the show 14 days before the deadline?
He said, "Not
in the morning,
not happening."
Yeah,
he said.
Yeah, yeah, 2 weeks ago.
That's all right.
Just to give the context of today's standings to make sure we're accurate, they folded the Rangers, a team in division last night. They're 5 out with 2 games in hand. So they got to get going here. They're definitely not too far out of it where they're going to throw in the towel and be like, it's not our year. We'll regroup in the summer.
They're in that spot where you can justify in your mind with goaltending. You can get it right. And they're probably, if you're thinking that way, you're probably not wrong. Because they have not gone through this deep swoon
No.
They're not a bad hockey team.
They and I also have questions about the legitimacy of Detroit and Philly, who have kind of been, really good starts and just hanging on to the final plus. It's not like they have to reel in cup contenders. It's like I look at the West, and those top 7 teams are all very good.
Yeah,
there might be a couple imposters in the East, and the Flyers might sell Sean Walker. If you're the Devils, I think you have to be aggressive here because you've only got so many years on team-friendly deals with some of these guys.
Not to jump on you, but it's not like you're going to go through this and hum and haw and then, okay, let's dig deep. We're going to make this trade. It's not like you have to go through this exercise again in the offseason. You're taking care of your goaltender now.
Yes.
And for next year. You know what I mean?
3 playoff runs in theory.
Well, is it worth it just for this short-term run? No, you're essentially establishing your position for 2.5 years, or at least, potentially 3 runs. Come on, Tommy. Let's go. Men, I don't know if you saw last night. Nazem Kadri had the overtime winner.
Boy, he's been good.
I was mad that he didn't pass it.
Were you? Selfish.
I mean, if he doesn't score,
coming up the ice, I'm like, pass the puck.
Mm-hmm.
Especially early, right? You want that first pass early. Make people move around.
Make a move. Make the D move. The goaltender's got to pass it right there.
Right there to who? Mange?
Mange.
Well, he's like, Mange. Just
do that.
Weak Dog's got more than Mange.
1 goal, 1 assist, first star for Kadri. Now, just to, again, revision. We've done this a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to go back. First 8 games of the season, the Flames were 2-5-1. They in there, and they hadn't. That was, I think, at that point, that was game 4 of the 6-game losing skid.
Ooh.
So 8 games in, Kadri had no goals and 1 assist in 8 games. Then the outdoor game, they lose that game and then would lose another one to complete that 6-game skid. But on the outdoor game, Kadri scores. It's his first of the season. Including that game, 20 goals and 49 points in 49 games.
Love that.
So that's the run. And of course, it coincided because then Zary shortly showed up and Pospisil and all of that.
Yeah.
And it's become a big story. We'll talk about Pospisil, but Kadri took some shit from fans and media and everybody.
Yeah, last year it looked like a pulled shoot down the stretch last year under Darryl, and safe to say those two didn't get along. But I think when you start the season 2-7-1 and things aren't going your way, and people have already made up their minds about you unfairly or fairly, the easiest thing to do would have been pack it in. But he's been freaking awesome for this team this year. I mean, I Blake Coleman, every 4th or 5th puck was going in, and it's like he got to 20 real quick. He's at 22, But outside of the crease, I think Kadri might be your best player this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Uyghur?
Yeah, Uyghur's been very
Could be in
good.
the mix. Just
You're happy that at least there's a conversation as to who has been good outside of the crease. That's a good spot to be in. But then I come back to what Red always says. Now, is this a guy that you could trade? Could you trade this guy? Well, he's a centerman. He's got point per game. Scores big goals.
I still wonder about Colorado because he's been there before. And
Huska was asked about him last night, just with how obviously his strong play as of late, and he does that leadership quality that you thought when he came here. This guy can be a leader.
Yeah,
you're seeing that this year. And Huska characterized it as he's a guy that hates to lose maybe more than he likes to win. Just can't handle, just hates losing. And then he didn't say it, but I wonder, do you channel that frustration properly all the time? I don't think any of us do. But
he didn't early in his career. We know that,
right? When you
saw him get suspended
losing
for multiple series, right?
How are you handling that? Anyway, he has been dynamite for sure. Another guy who has been great it's great to watch is Oliver Kylington. He scores last night
again.
And I wanted to ask you, Rhett, it's easy to watch the highlights and you see what he's doing, but from a defenseman perspective, we're also seeing him bust his ass to get back. He's making defensive plays, angling guys off, body position.
Yeah, that's the beauty of Oliver Kylington is that his skating so good. He should be all over the ice every shift.
Mm-hmm. You start to see that too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, honestly, like he should cover tons of ice because he can skate so well. And he is. And he looks super loose out there, super comfortable, super invested. Like, he was a ton of fun again to watch last night. It was impressive.
Because I was curious to get your perspective on that because we haven't played. We don't. So you can see a guy buzzing. It's like, oh, look at this guy. He's everywhere. It's great. But then, is he in position?
You have to have the capabilities to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like if I'm buzzing around out there, I'm out of position. Like, oops.
Or drunk.
Yeah.
If a Hatcher brother is buzzing, that's trouble.
Yeah, you don't want to hear Darian Hatcher buzzing around the defensive zone.
Get back there.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's ever happened.
Set up shop and start hacking.
And he
Whereas
came back.
Kylington
Go ahead.
Yeah.
join the rush every time because no one's even it's turned over. You're still the first guy back. And he might be. There's a philosophy in the game now where it's discussed where you don't even want your defenseman hardly ever skating backwards because it's easier to angle and see if you're always skating, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into that, whether it's right or wrong. But Kylington is an example of that where don't skate backwards because you should be joining the rush. And then once it's leaving the other way, you should be skating forward and cutting them off. Like he should, that's how he should play. I don't want you sitting back at the red line, taking defensive posturing. You are going and don't stop going.
Your greatest asset is your feet. Use them everywhere.
Use them and don't worry.
And he came back before All-Star, if I'm correct. And it was like, wow, he looks good. But what you've seen in the last week is like, oh, okay. Yeah, there was another gear there. That he didn't step in at full speed. He's just that good of a skater that when you do see it, you're like, whoa.
I was thinking about
180 feet both ways.
Yeah, I was thinking it was not that long ago, and I was kind of on the one side because when you're mapping out with the UFAs, and I think even coming into the season, so what's this D going to look like in the future moving forward? Well, you only have X number of D signed for the following year.
2.
And you watch him here the last week, and again, I think it's because we do this every day, and you talk about it, you get really short-term thinking. And as I'm thinking last night, it's like, dude's going to get himself some money here. Because if you're the Flames, when can we start talking about a long-term deal with this guy? Because he looks right. As long as everything else is fine and everything looks to be good, and he seems to be in a great spot, and his game looks as we want to. Will he get back to his game? It could be hard. It's back.
Yeah,
looks just fine. Let's hear from his coach and thoughts on these two and their relationship afterwards.
When he's skating and joining the rush like that, he's where he should be. he's an elite skater, and I think we have confidence that if there were a mistake to be made, he'd probably be the first guy back, which is important. But he doesn't take unnecessary risks when he jumps, and that's something he's learned over time. I mean, when we talked when he was younger in Stockton, he was basically a forward, but now he's learned how to play the right way, I would say, where he tries to join at the right times, not at times when it may put our team in a bad situation.
It was a long road to get there too, guys. Like, drafted when out of the SHL, playing with men in Sweden, a lot of time in the AHL, like a lot of time in the American League. And it was never, you had to teach him how to join the rush. It was never, we got to work on his feet. It was always like when to jump, when not to. And it was Huska that was down there coaching. And
Well, I was
remember
gonna
having
say,
him on the show weekly. Always talked about it. It's not, it's when. That's the biggest thing this guy has to learn, is when to do it, when not.
So it's about the fundamentals and all of that. But there's also, because when he talked about back in Stockton, and you think, well, of course, yeah, you go back. So when Kylington breaks in, he's drafted, he comes to North America to play, joins Stockton in 15-16, Ryan Huska is his coach.
Mm-hmm.
Spends 3 seasons in the American League with Huska in Stockton. So there's 3 years there. The following year, 18-19, Huska comes up to the Flames as an assistant partway through that year. Yeah. So too is Kylington. So that's another year. This is the 8th year essentially in a row that Huska, because we know what Huska, his responsibilities were as an assistant, and now as head coach. These guys have been together for a long time. And with him coming back to the team, feeling better, Huska's no small part of that, in my opinion.
I agree.
Not knowing what it is, but it just feels like seeing him right now, and you think about how those guys, the development for him as a player, to see him emerge. And now this year with Huska as the coach, I just think it's too big of a coincidence to suggest that their relationship doesn't have a huge part to do with it. He
might have a stronger, longer relationship in the organization with Huska than anyone else. When you think about the turnover at management and the roster, it's not insignificant. And then you factor in what he's been through off the ice and the patience that the club has exercised with the off ice issues, the cone of silence, so to speak, on whatever issues were ailing him regarding his mental health. Like, he continually mentions that this is a very good spot for him, that he feels a debt of gratitude. It just reeks like an extension happening here, doesn't it? And it should. Like, he's a UFA. And he's a top 4 defenseman. No one's talking about him being available or on the market.
I don't even like to do it, but I'm going to do it because it's what we do. Talk show. Where's your concerns
regarding his mental health?
You're talking
much lower than they were when he showed up at camp and then disappeared.
But you didn't expect that 2 years ago either. And it's not a shot. It's a reality. As a GM and as an organization, we watched him play last night. Beautiful. We love it. That's great. We also missed 2 years of him.
I think that's a spot where the organization.
I'm not have to ask about it. It is.
I totally agree, Red.
You're tying into a guy, and I agree with you. I think he's top 4 the way he skates and moves right now. So you're putting a lot of value. We need you as a top 4. You lose a top 4. And it's not a slight against him, but if he's got these issues and he can't play and you lose a top 4 defenseman, that's a major effing hole.
No question.
So you're making a commitment, and I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just bringing up something that, it has to be a reality that they have to take into consideration.
The other part of it is that they will know much more about the nature of this and where he's at than we do, because so little has been made public about any of it all. It might be the safest bet in the world. It might be incredibly risky. We're guessing. They'll have a much better bearing on what the risk level is here. And that's kind of why I brought up the Huska stuff to it, because it's got to be part of it.
There's a trust with Huska for sure.
Right? There's if there wasn't that, I would be more concerned, to your point, Red. There's a concern always, but especially with all of that. But my fears are somewhat put to rest quelled to allay my fears. I'm not sure, but the guy's friggin' fun to watch. He's all over the friggin' ice,
and his legs are flying out.
And you've invested a decade in him, probably.
Sure, you have.
When you think about it, like if you look back at the end of his career and there was a 1.5 year hiccup with mental health that forced him away from the sport, and you were patient with him and gave him the time to recover and seek the help he needed to, get back to full health mentally, it's going to look really smart when at the end of it all that you did that, because you easily could have suspended a guy for not showing up. Like, they did the right thing, but I don't know 10 years ago, many organizations in the league would treat it the way the Flames have this year. It's a very different space than it was when you talk about mental health.
So that's great. He's awesome. Fun to watch. Your buddy Kuzmenko last night now had a point, I believe. Did he not?
He set up the first one.
10-25 of ice, slid down to the fourth line at times in the second.
Yeah.
Then didn't play in the final 9 minutes or so. So it's benching.
Two games in a row they've done that.
Shortening the bench in the third period.
Not even shortening it. They're putting Dryden Hunt in his spot, guys. They're putting a
I'm just throwing out. I'm throwing out some possible scenarios, right? Scenarios. Thoughts on? Is this just kind of?
My thoughts are that I'm scared of it.
All right,
because he had a bad go this year in Vancouver, and you wondered, well, how a coach can bench a 39 goal scorer, rookie, and now maybe you're finding out why.
This is exactly why Rick Tocchet doesn't want to play him. No
right?
question.
Like, the motivator cuff might be broken on this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know that it's necessarily that, but there's just an apathy to the defensive zone, and it's been his knock the whole way through. And it's not the whole way through isn't a long time, but this was never a good defensive player. If you look at any metrics, he's a black hole defensively. Like he's a sinkhole. It's not good. But they've built a line that they start primarily in the O zone that comprised of three guys that aren't really good defensively, and that's Huberdeau, Sharangovich with him. You can live with these guys, but the effort without the puck has to come up, and I think that's probably the message that's being sent here. This is what happened with Sharangovich the first month, guys. Remember he was sending him the fourth line? He started in camp on the top line with Huberdeau and Lindholm, and he was a fourth line center right up till about that outdoor game in Edmonton. And after that, it was like Husky had to break him down to build him back up kind of thing in terms of how you're going to play on this team. He went on the torrid heater through December and late November, where he had 6-6 at one point. He's at 38 points now with 25 games left. So like you're got a guy that's going to be a 50-point player who basically you got nothing from offense with the first 10 games of the year. I see some similarities here.
There are similarities. It's just that you don't want to have to see similarities, because usually when a guy gets moved, there's a longer runway of excitement and passion and compete, right? You know what I mean? Like, he's not been here that's long where he should be kicking his feet up. And
yeah,
clearly it's how he plays and it's who he is. And maybe it's just part of the learning curve, but you still, it's pretty early on to come to a new team. And from the excitement of the first couple games to where we are now, it's like, and you feel like it's in his control. Maybe he doesn't understand it.
Maybe it's structural too. You don't know, like, hey, you're in the wrong spot here. We can't put you out on the ice if you're going to be in the wrong spot. Maybe it's not a work or investment thing, right?
Regardless of what it is, you trust that Husky can figure it out, but it's certainly not something you want to see. I don't like it. I don't like it, Dean.
Yeah, and again, to your point right off the top, like you cannot ignore a contender dispatching of a 39-goal guy. Like, that is a massive red flag, and this was always going to be a project. He's not available if he's not a project. He's just not.
Yeah. And so in there as well, I didn't have it necessarily, but very quietly, Sharangovich has adapted pretty well to the center spot, is he not? I was actually
I don't think he's a center, but he's done a pretty admirable job given he's not a center.
I was messaging a former NHL centerman and just asked his thoughts. And he's like, I think he's doing a hell of a job. And in there as well, remember, before that happened, Sharangovich was putting up real good points.
Yes.
He was streaking, he was scoring goals and all of that. Part of moving to a more difficult, I think it's safe to say, fair to say, right? To a more difficult position.
Absolutely.
One that is foreign to him. And you're kind of sacrificing offense.
Much more responsibility.
It's
in the
a bit
D-zone.
more of, it could be a blow to your ego or your pride or whatever. There is no hanging his head. He's taken on this responsibility, and based on what it all is, because it's not like, let's be honest, you're not blessed with, like, Huberdeau's kind of a challenge, and so's the other guy that really felt like Sharangovich has maybe underrated the work he's done to go into that center spot.
Points have dried up a bit, but he's been a centerman. Like, it's been impressive to your point that he's played the position with this kind of proficiency. I thought it was going to be like, okay, this isn't working. We got to swing other guys through. And they gave Zary a period the other night, but he's their best option there. And if you shelter the shit out of that line, like it still has some moments where you're like, wow. And that's kind of three problem children in a way when you think about where Sharon Govich was in the offseason, coming off being healthy scratch in the playoffs. Kuzmenko, healthy scratch in Vancouver. Huberdeau, I mean, it felt like we were close to healthy scratched him here, didn't it?
It sure did. And he looks.
And so that's three guys that have been on sort of the cusp of like, we can't live with you in different organizations all put together. If that could turn out to be a line here, even just for 2-3 months to buy them time until they can find another center, tip your cap to them. That's not easy to do.
And you know what we're doing right now? We're keeping the love train rolling.
It's rolling.
We're
Damn
keeping
inverse
the love train
standings
rolling.
ugly, but everything else is good vibes, Dean.
1 goal, 4 shots, 8 hits in 15 minutes and 28 of ice time for Marty Pospisil. Marty freaking Pospisil.
You just like him because he's got the same name as your kid.
It's everything. Red, what do you do if you're going to the net? What do you do? For sure, don't
stop in the front. Don't
swing. Blow by the friggin' net. Stop. You're telling your kids all the time, aren't you?
Well, I don't.
Like, watch that. It's stupid and it's simple. But if he just kind of goes and curls up like you see a lot of guys do, puck's laying there.
Yep.
No, he goes to the net, throws on the brakes. I might take a friggin' shot in the ribs or in the back, but I'm going to go here. And bangs it in. It's nothing pretty. But again, he's mixing it up with the other team. They're taking penalties. They're paying attention to him.
Yapping on the bench.
They should be doing other shit.
Yeah. They need him. I mean,
they showed this board on Sportsnet last night. And again, I don't know how big a sample size has to be or how much has to go in.
Isn't that wild?
So you can add one to the win record with Pospisil, 24, 13-4. Without him, 3-12-1. It's cherry pick. In a way, it feels like it's cherry picking, but it's how can it not have some, even a smidge?
Yeah, the stat would lead you to believe he's their most important player by a mile. I wouldn't go there, but he seems really bleeping important because when he's out, you miss him, and you're like, where's the jump? Where's the investment? Where's the energy? It's the drag you into the battle player that, to be fair, I don't know how many others they have. They're better with him. Now, he did miss the 10-game stretch, 2-7-1 to start the year. That helps those numbers because even Marty Pospisil on those teams, I don't know that they were fucking awful that first month. But he would have made a difference. Absolutely is an ingredient, man. He is. He's a guy that it's tough for his teammates not to be more invested in the game with the way he plays because what he does to a game.
And part of that, because I wanted to get your thoughts on that, Rick, because it really kind of feels like, well, okay. Because part of that's got to have some Zary, and some of it's got to have Markstrom really good. But it is what it is. There's an element he brings that you covet and that not many players bring.
No, and certainly not enough. And the Flames have lacked that for, well, Tkachuk was that. And we used to say that about Tkachuk. Like Backlund, we always were left wanting a little. All of a sudden, Backlund was playing with Tkachuk, and you're like, oh, this is nice. And it was because Tkachuk was like dragging him in. Pospisil, same way.
Kadri even if he doesn't score that goal, you'd still be looking at it. 4 shots, 8 hits.
8 hits,
15-28 of ice.
That'd be a top 5 of the year for any Flame. 8 hits. Like that might be the biggest total. That's awesome. And it was the same team that he got ejected after going right at Marchand in front of the net. He's got their attention. They're yapping on the benches. It's perfect.
And it is the love train, and it's after a win and all of this. But as we sit here and talk a lot right now about big picture and how this team's going to be constructed and what it looks like moving forward, you love having a guy with that element. We need some D. We need young goalie, all of this. You've also got you got a ball of muck right in the middle of it who he's not a detriment. I think some guys could come in and run around and be a pest and all of that, but you can't play them.
Lomberg's in Florida is a ball of muck as well, but he doesn't contribute, I don't think.
He doesn't have the skill.
He doesn't have the skill set, right?
Is this Garnet Hathaway?
No.
Better than Hathaway.
And he's more, Hathaway was more of just a blue collar tough guy and would fight. This is more of your like pesty, get under your skin. This is like Maxime Lapierre, Alexander Burrows shit right here.
Yes.
Right. It isn't a guy that scraps. He makes you angry. You don't just get to square up and deal with him.
Yeah. And Burrows would have more offense because then he scored 30 or 40.
Sure. Lapierre, somewhere in the middle, because Lapierre was kind of more of a fourth line guy. And I think Marty Pospisil on a championship level team's probably on the third or fourth line, not the second or wherever you want to number him.
Mm-hmm.
But point being is that line's been the most dangerous many nights offensively. I understand the back line does some heavy lifting and they score. But if you want to talk about making plays and creating offense, that line, since it was put together in November, has been their best consistently.
Pretty consistently, for sure.
And a year ago, we bitched a moment about how slow and old this team was. And you had a fourth line with Richie and Lucic, and then a different Richie, and one of the other guys from the Ring Club in LA from a decade ago, and Trevor Lewis. Kylington's back, pace. Zary is here. You've got poise, creativity, a little bit of speed. Sharon Govich can fly. Kuzmenko, when he's moving, flies. Pospisil, speed. This isn't a slow team anymore, guys. It just isn't.
And hey, let's not forget about maybe some Pelche and Coronado that are in the wings as well.
Pelche seems close to return, and Coronado, they're just waiting for an opportunity in the top 9 for him.
Yeah, that's great, but they got to perform too, right?
He's been great in the A. He's been really good.
Yeah, that doesn't mean shit to me. So was Matthew Phillips. So,
well, what it means to me, Rhett, is that if he was shitty in the A, I'd be worried.
Oh.
He's dominating as they've
How many
removed
guys
all
have
kinds
had
of talent
great
from around.
AHL careers, and I'm just saying that you don't pencil them in. You got to come up and prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, neither one of them has done it at the NHL level, and it's not a knock. Until they do, they can't. Zary was the same way.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
make no
an
mistake.
NHLer.
If Coronado's in a system of a contender, he hasn't tasted anything at the NHL level. Like he was playing college hockey a year ago. Like
it'd be so great. I was just thinking that if we could time machine and go back a year, or whatever, 14 months. So coming into next year, how do you think Martin Pospisil factors into the club next year?
Wranglers?
Who the fuck are you talking? Like you would be laughed out of the room.
Yeah.
Well, Zary's the same way.
And right now, he's got the train conductor's hat on. Chugga choo choo.
2-year extension and back pocket. Yeah.
Millionaire. Hey.
Cheap
as chips.
That one-way deal. That's what that was about.
So there you go. I think we've kind of covered it.
Yeah, we've given them. They'll shit the bed the next game.
And it don't matter. That's the best part about this. They won last night. Hey, that's great. If they'd lost, that's great too.
What you want to see is development of young kids and a team that hasn't quit, that continues to work. They are that. I think my only fear is they get too close to the wild card and it bungles up the deadline. And I don't think that's a Connie thing. I think that's only could be an ownership thing because I think Connie knows what the long-term plan is. Is everyone on board with a 3 to 5 year plan? That's really what I'm concerned about.
But to what end? Like, do you think if they win every game between now and the deadline, which is what, a handful of games,
they'll be in a playoff spot,
that they're not going to trade Hannafin or Tanev?
If they're in the second wild card, I wonder if they just say, you know what, for a second plus, let's just keep Tanev and pair him with Kylington. Because how good was that pair 2 years ago? It was awesome.
Yeah,
I don't think Connie wants to do that. I could see other people trying to convince him of that. It's a fear. It's not what I think is going to happen. And again, if there's 5 games left, if you lose 4, no one's thinking that.
If Conroy's too busy to come on the show, then he should at least phone Shorty in Jersey and say, let's get this done.
I think Conroy's been given the keys.
I hope so.
I do.
The thing is that we never get the public clarity on that. And if Brad Treliving standing in front of a room of season ticket holders, he'd tell you he had the keys. And I think because remember, he didn't.
No, fair enough. If they win 5 straight, some other team's going to have to lose 5 straight. It still kind of is what it.
Lose 2 out of 5, and the Flames have passed you. Like they're that close, Dean. That's all I'm saying. Look at this. They're 3 points out.
Dean, you're so negative. They just beat Boston. Let's trade and get some guys in here and go on a run.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fear right there. They're 3 out, and St. Louis has 1 game in hand.
What was that one? Oh, that's No Rain. Blind Melon. No fear. No for you.
So when you Does that mean they're not a one-hit wonder, or is No Rain in the one-hit wonder? That was the one-hit wonder.
Kind of a one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sadly.
Weirdest video ever with the bumblebee.
Yeah, the bumblebee.
Little kid.
Shannon Hoon killed himself. Damn it.
I know they're
Or whatever, overdosed or something.
We're on the love train, and then that comes out of your yap.
How'd that song get in your head? What are you talking about? No Rain?
I said no. It was No Fear over the playoff thing. And then No Time Left for the Guess Who came in. It's like, no, that ain't it. And then No Rain. Is there a No Fear, or is that just kind of a t-shirt thing?
That was the Theo Fillery billboard in the double O's and 90s as you went to the Dome. Yeah, 90s probably. No Fear. Ooh.
Opening statement. There you go. For our buddies over at McLeod Law. Shane King, partner in the litigation and dispute resolution group, specializing in areas like employee rights, being laid off, being terminated. Can be hard. Shane can review your situation, make sure that you've been treated fairly, properly, dropping stuff as the law requires, using a practical approach and plain language, not that legal jargon.
Legalese.
Get a hold of Shane and the good folks, whatever it is, whatever your legal issue may be. McLeod Law, the very best. Calgary-based. They care about Calgarians, looking to make our city a better place. McLeod-law.com. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So how bombed were you last night?
Nah, I wasn't.
Nah.
Couple pints.
Couple
That was it.
pops.
You said you had 7 on Afterburner. You counted, you had notes. It was something.
Sometimes you exaggerate.
Yeah.
It's
Trying
like
to impress
7.
people
There's
around?
very high alcohol content in that beer. Very
Right, that's what you had said. Is that construction that I hear kind of bleeding in and out?
Yeah, it's really close. We told you we're kind of in the middle of a block, and there
Mhm.
was 2 crews, one at each end of the block. They have been working towards each other, and we are now right between 2
You're in the
bleeping
belly of the
construction
beast.
crews. Look at these donkeys. This is literally right below our windows.
Like, what are they doing?
So because there's all these lines that come in out of the building, and I'm sure it's like fiber and gas and all that, they can't just like backhoe the hell out of this. So they got to spray water in and vacuum everything out with these massive noisy vacuum trucks. Why they're doing it, no idea.
We're in the wrong business. Let's
I don't
buy
know that
a
I need to be doing that per se.
vacuum.
but-
No, I don't want to do it. Just we need to buy some vacuum trucks because that sounds like a bunch of malarkey to me. Yeah, we're not going to be able to dig. We're going to have to get some friggin' water guns and shoot them into the ground. Just take care of that
Won't
fiber.
break any lines.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, sounds like a real thing.
I walked out yesterday. One of them was trying to be very, very chummy as the crews move closer and closer to the front door. Oh, sir, are you working this building here? Yes. Oh boy, yeah. These 2 crews are going to be right in front there, and we'll, 8 till 4 every day, and we'll be as quick as we can. When are you done? Probably a few weeks.
Now that's all the men and women who are out there doing that labor. We appreciate you. Thanks for making our world a better place.
Right.
We wouldn't get by without the bike lanes.
Couldn't do it.
And this is not a bike lane issue, but yeah.
Service Credit Union, the Service Big Share is back for the 6th year. It's your chance to win $1 million just by saving money. Anyone can enter by becoming a member and saving with Service. Every $500 saved gives you 5 entries into the Service Big Share contest. You transfer your existing savings over to Service Credit Union for chances to win $1 million. Contest ends April 30th, 2024. Skill test required. For rules, visit service.ca/win. Service Credit Union, $1 million. I
need
bucks
to
is
win,
nice.
pay for my flight.
was going to say you'd need to win that to get
Just to
here
fly
next
home.
weekend.
So you're going to miss Meekie night. That's tough, right? I feel for you, buddy.
Yeah. It's all right.
And next time he comes to town.
Yeah,
Sure,
next
bunch.
time they raise the jersey, it'll be fine.
Sure they'll deal with that. Yeah. Be all right.
Who's next on that list? Is there another?
Oh, controversial topics for sure, Ryan.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Because there's probably someone that is, based
Well,
on their.
There's the one that's been ready for, a good couple decades, but I figured if you haven't done it yet, you're not doing it.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
What's changed?
I just want to hear a speech.
Oh boy.
I don't think anyone's ready for that.
Hot, mate.
You know what? Give it another couple of years.
Comes out wearing an F Trudeau t-shirt or something under it.
talking about microchips in the vaccine. Okay, it's about hockey here tonight.
Saturday is tomorrow. How about it? We're going to Greta.
Yeah,
Battle of
baby.
Alberta. That means it's the Flames and the Oilers. We're going to be over at Greta. We'd like you to be there with us as well as we celebrate this wonderful game of hockey and the wonderful game, the arcade games. All kinds of games going to be celebrated tomorrow night. Flames Nation, Barn Burner, Greta Bar YYC with Game Day, Greta Bar YYC. You can go out and check it out online, gretabar.com. But you get your tickets. You're going to need some tickets because we're raising money for charity. $10 to get in. Casey was on the show yesterday, the owner proprietor. He said he's going to make it worth your while. You're going to get the $10 that you're laying down. It's going to charity. You're not going to be shortchanged. There's going to be some $10 value made up. And I take him at his word.
He said he's handing out shots if the Flames manage to score against his beloved Oilers. We're going to make him put his money where his mouth is.
Nationgear.ca is the website to go and buy those tickets. We'd love to see you. The proceeds closer to home. Community services is the charity. So good food, good prizes, some drinks, a good cause. And it's presented by our event partners, again, McLeod Law, and our buddies up at Village Honda.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all those crews.
Yeah. Do we know, is there a big strapping lad from Village Honda going to be in attendance, or do we know that? Have we had any
I've been chatting with him about some other things. I haven't asked about Saturday, but I'm sure he'll have a delegate down. Delegation. Saturday. Here's the thing.
Not the same one as SATURDAY.
That's
different.
What?
Yeah, the first one's Elton.
I like that.
Saturday night's all right for fighting. It's the Bay City Rollers with the SATURDAY. Hey,
I used to.
You remember the dance mix song too? The Jock Jams? Dun, dun.
Did you just hear that?
Dun, 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 dun. That was the Saturday night song as well.
Did you just hear that?
Saturday night.
Can you guys hear me speaking?
Not a baby. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
It's just you're like muttering away.
No, well, my computer told me that, sorry, I can't do that. You're not listening to iTunes.
Maybe one of us said something about Siri or something. Did you see Rick Ball in the broadcast last night? He's like, I said this, and then Siri started playing Weezer. What? It's like, no, it's Uyghur. That's so great. Stupid Siri. Smarten up, Siri.
I know the drummer.
Do you?
The guitarist. It's one of the Shoveler's good friend's uncle.
Of Uyghur?
Weezer.
The Blue Album.
Right.
Pinkerton.
The harsh pipe.
I got my harsh pipe.
I just want to run through some stuff here.
Go ahead, Dean.
Go ahead. All right. And we'll say it's kind of this day in history. I couldn't not pay attention to how much stuff happened on this day in history. February 23rd. Who knew?
It's a lot, apparently.
Yeah, sounds like a whole bunch. Both sides of the paper.
Two sides of the page worth. That's what I've been told.
Right.
What? Ho. It's very proud of his page.
What year was this? See, this one, I just got to go back because I collected a lot of data here, as you can tell. I showed you the paper, right? Calgary Flames extended their home unbeaten streak to 11 games, tied a team record 59 shots on goal by beating Quebec 10-8. Theo Fleury, first 5-point game of his career, had 3 goals, 59. Including a penalty shot goal and a pair of assists. Al MacInnis had to settle for just 4 helpers in the victory.
Just.
Yeah.
Shoot the puck, Al. You got a good shot.
Come on, Al. Don't be afraid to let it rip.
Matt Sundin, rookie for the Quebec Nordiques.
Matt's
second hat trick of his career. So not too
10-8.
10-8. That's hockey. 1991 is the year of that. 1993, Al MacInnis, career game 706 to become the Calgary Flame all-time leader in games played at that point. Mm-hmm. He had only 3 helpers that night in a 6-3 win over San Jose.
Shoot the puck, Al.
Wow. Fire that thing. Going back to 1985, and this is a great photo of Patrick Waugh making his NHL debut.
Hmm.
Now, he would be the starter the following season. Started the third period of a 4-4 game against the Winnipeg Jets in relief of Doug Sotart, who actually was also a Winnipeg Jet. Good buddy of yours, right, Brian?
Sure.
Waugh had to make 2 saves to pick up his first career victory, as the Habs, of course, would score twice in the third to win 6-4.
And
So
clearly
that-
he made it with that wicked glove that
Right?
So he couldn't find his goaltending equipment. He used his baseball glove.
And it's like, is this in the 60s? No, 85, which I know is a long time ago.
Still, though, it feels like a guy that spanned 2 eras, doesn't it? Like he left in the butterfly painted mask era, and this looks like it's some fossil of like.
just look at his shoulder, like his gut protector and
Yeah,
stuff.
just think if he were to stand up,
So lean.
Like stop a shot. Ow.
he would look like Chris Nyland or somebody. You wouldn't. It's the same. So that was the lone NHL appearance for him in that 84-85 season. He became the full-time starter the next year, which was 85-86. I believe they did something in 86. I don't know. February 23rd, 1996, both Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr scored their 50th goals of the season.
Jeez. In February?
On the same night.
You can do, I can do better.
Yeah. That's healthy competition, right?
Man, there were some years. All this Austin Matthews scoring as people diving through the record books. Mario, man, in his prime, he might have been the greatest of all time. Like just his ability to just score at will. You can't stop him.
At will.
Like just whenever he wanted.
At will.
It's like, yeah, I'm just wrapping up my
Sometimes more
chemo
than one
treatment
at
and I got
will.
my 70th goal. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, damn it. I guess I'll score 3 here in the last 5 to win this game.
Scored in his first shift. Remember, we showed that video not that long ago. Anyway, so this is great. So Jagr and Lemieux, 50 on the same night. It marked the first time the 2 teammates scored their 50th goal in the same game since Mario did it 3 years earlier, along with Kevin Stevens.
Stevens. Okay. I was thinking about it, Ronnie franchise.
Like, are you kidding?
That they had so good in Pittsburgh.
No
and I was
one's
like,
done
oh,
this since you did it 3 years ago with some other friggin' guy in your line. Goodness gracious. They won 2 cups there, Retro. They should have. How did anyone. Like how?
Well, the Florida Panthers went into Pittsburgh
Right.
in the 95-96 playoff season and just shut them down. 1 assist between these superstars that you're talking about, Mario and Lemieux and old Jaromir Jagr and Stevens.
Because 90 was the Oilers.
Francis.
back to back.
Yeah. And then it was 91-92, right, for the Penguins. And 93 is
Habs. And
Habs.
the Rangers beat the Canucks in
94
94.
Rangers, yeah.
The thing that probably, if we're being honest about it, if Mario's at full health and doesn't retire twice and have multiple major health issues, like that probably changes things. But God, they were good when they were good, man. And then of course you think, well, now you've lost all those future Hall of Famers. Like, get ready to be a normal franchise again. Oh, they might move them. The rink's in trouble. And then sure enough, it's Crosby, Malkin, Letang, Marc-Andre Fleury, and they get another run, 3 cups with those cats. Ah.
Still February 23rd, this time 2001. Steve Yzerman becomes the 6th player all-time to hit the 1,600 career point plateau.
Whoa.
Red Wings beat St. Louis. It's Scotty Bowman's 600th game.
Who'd they
behind
beat?
the bench.
I would 600.
600.
Thought he'd have had more.
Seventh win?
Well, he did as time would progress, but at that
Oh,
point,
so the longer he coached, the more games he got.
that's right. Every game, every other game, it would just continue. They'd add 1 to his total.
Huh.
Jeremy Roenick became the 3rd U.S.-born player to score 400 goals
On this day.
on this day in
Jesus, dude,
2001.
this is a 2-pager.
2004, February 23. Ron Francis
Ronnie.
scores goal 545, passing Maurice the Rocket Richard on the all-time
Wow.
goals list.
God, that's a lot.
When did he play?
Oh, that same team in Pittsburgh. Yep.
Who, Rocket or yeah. Also on this date, in 2019, Bobby Lou led the Florida Panthers to a 6-1 win over the LA Kings, tying him with Ed Belfour for the third most victories in National Hockey League history. 484 wins. 10 years ago today, Canada defeats Sweden 3-0 to win its second consecutive gold Olympic medal in men's hockey. There they are. PK Subban,
Didn't play.
Olympic gold medalist.
I think he was a seventh D-man, was he not? He just watched.
So. Yep.
Yeah. They had a good D.
Yeah.
Jack, can you name those?
Because
those
they had
players?
Regier. There was 3 Flames on that D.
There's no way Jack gets more than 2.
I can name them, I think.
Let's go.
Rick
Let's see it.
Nash, PK Subban, Jeff Carter, and Sidney Crosby.
Well done.
Friday.
Oh, no, hang on. You deserve some. There you go.
Shut up,
All right,
Jack.
that's enough. Shut up, Jack. And finally, on this date in 2003, Jerome McGinley scores 4 goals 4 ways.
Oh.
Power play, shorty, even strength, empty net.
What the hell are you doing playing him on the penalty kill?
I play him
Because
everywhere. Don't
did it
let
all.
him get off the ice. That's how you win.
In 2003.
Didn't have the penalty shots. All he's missing. Mario did that, I believe. He had all 5 ways.
What a sweet boy he is there,
Yeah.
hey?
Boy, if you could ever draft a guy like that.
Man. Or trade, if you're in a spot where you got to trade an older vet, like an aging veteran or something, to get a young guy.
Mhm.
You want to hit like that? So there you go. Do you see what I'm saying? It's this day in history. Kind of Flames history mixed in there, but a lot of bleep went down on this date in hockey history.
Big milestone, dude. That's alternate Iggy. So that's early. We probably had a Connie captain at that point, right?
Love the old CCM lid.
Had to be. It would have been after Daryl got there.
Yeah.
At the end of that 2002, 2003 season.
God, remember when those
That was a
synergy
beast.
sticks came out?
Sing.
Boy, I could just shoot so hard.
You could, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Al McKinnon.
I could
Come
break
on,
those
stop
over
passing.
a guy's back. Just lay it right in a guy. You knew you hurt him with those. They were so light you could lay it right in there.
I broke
Yeah,
my stick. I broke my stick yesterday in practice because my kids were lazy, so
Really?
they got to hear about it.
Did they learn the
Glass,
lesson?
boards, bench, kid.
It was weird. I like to look. You don't want to hit it right on the brace on the boards because it's not loud enough. You got to find that soft spot in between.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah,
I
true.
actually broke it on the bench, but on the actual bench, the seat. Because
Oh,
I
wow.
called them over and I reached over the.
Did it go flying? I hope he had really big bounce.
It was good. It was good. It caused quite a scene. I got a
Yeah.
huge standing ovation from the parents.
No, you did not get a standing ovation.
I
from
got a
the
standing ovation from the parents. They loved it. And some of these damn kids.
Yeah,
Wow.
spoiled brats, yeah.
Let's get on it here. We
I'm
got,
getting some Glenn
we
Gultson
got
vibes here.
states. We got states coming up, fellas. I got to get these guys dialed in.
Remember the Glenn Gultson stick tantrum?
Oh, yeah.
We
I
crumple. Or crumble.
once-
We crumple.
I do that
Crumbling.
I do that once a week.
Now, did he break it and throw it or just throw it?
I
He
think he's just
helicoptered
slamming it
right?
around and then he zipped it into the stands.
I threw one last year, almost took out a father. It was felt bad.
What kind of show are you?
How
running?
long until you're banned from coaching in like at least a state or maybe
Were
the
you even
country?
the head coach last year?
No.
No.
So the assistant is firing twigs into
I
the
don't even know if
stands.
I had a title.
Oh, jeez. You're just pushing pucks.
Helicoptering sticks at parents.
He was working, this father. He's got to pay attention. You can't be
Eyes
head
up.
down. I don't care about your work.
What
Pay
did old Sweet Dog think of the tantrum?
Sweet dog wasn't there. Kid's bad back. He was
So what? Dad doesn't show up. It's just all about his kid.
apparently.
Apparently.
Well, sweet sauce. He's not even
I'm
leaving the
not
house. He's
surprised.
just
Sweet Dog.
deep
Front
into
runner.
the barn burner in his couch.
All about you, hey, Sweet Dog. Let's do the Pinder Report. Its presentation of Village Honda. The Honda Civic continues to lead the way in value, reliability, and performance. The 2024 Civic received a 10 out of 10 in Car and Driver's comprehensive vehicle testing. The Civic Type R and the Civic SI ranked number 1 and number 2, respectively, in the sport compact category. Check out the Civic and more in the Northwest Auto Mall at our buddies, Village Honda, and check them out online at villagehonda.com. They present the Pinder report.
Well, fellas, I mean, I could try to tell you about the Flames and Bruins last night, but why would I waste your time when we had two professionals working hard last night, breaking down the action from the top team in the East and this plucky Flames group?
If it was Boomer, I would just make him work harder. I'm trying to contribute. I made notes tonight. I had a piece of paper. I had 7 beer. I had some Pedialyte. I mean, I'm ready for this. So my first little note, I love how Kylington is so excited to be playing right now. Maybe I was hammered. He's pumped. He's having fun. He's skating like the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Sign him up for another 5 years. Let's go, Schilling.
He's got nice teeth too.
Did you what?
He's got really nice teeth.
Does he? Okay.
Well, he might as well.
Can I keep going with my notes, Cammy?
Yes, please.
Don't interrupt me ever again. Not enough love for Ryan Huska right now. You probably know the GM's going to make some trades that's going to diminish your chance of making the playoffs, but they're still showing up and playing their ass off.
I feel like it must have been even harder for him to do that because he was a part of the team last year when things just felt so sour for so long.
All right. What's my next one? How come the Flames are so good against top teams?
I don't know. Sometimes I think it's the mark of a very medium team when what you do night in, night out is generally play to the level of your opponent. I want to take advantage of all the notes you took. Pull us.
Well, there's only 2 more.
I thought you had pages there.
No, I took a note. I thought that was good. Like, come on, you really, jeez.
Yeah. Do savor the flavor of that before it's removed from the internet. That's available wherever you get your podcasts or on our YouTube channel.
Maybe I was drunk.
Small sampling. Just a tiny taste of 7 beer Rhett and Cammy going through his notes.
And you were criticizing our performance.
I was.
It
Yeah,
was
see,
awesome.
it's like anything else. You miss a little, you miss a lot. I did not see the beginning to appreciate the end. I'm never doing another show with you unless you've had 7 beers.
Normally, I make Dean do the work, but for take notes for you, Cammy.
Yeah, thanks for that, by the way. That's real great.
Good.
Huska underrated.
Huska's not getting enough credit.
As for the game itself,
Oh, I wasn't drunk. No, I mean I had a good, but apparently these beers are really strong compared to the
sneaky,
other kind of beers.
climb up on you there. Good finish. Off to overtime. It was an exceptional 3-on-3 session. Ended this way. And look in the back.
Conroy
Our
taping
friends Greta. What did they have to do to get the Greta sign up? Well done.
It's overtime, baby.
Well, here's the thing with overtime. If the Flames, oh my goodness, $2 million in free gaming. Jesus. They win. You got a ticket credit or your little stub or digital stub, whatever it is. Get your ass down to Greta and get a $100 gaming card. In
Your
fact,
proof of
here's the
admission
move.
thing, right? Because it's all paperless now. It's got to be
That's
on
right.
your phone.
It's like a little charge card that you tap on all the arcades, get your credits.
No, your
Bring
game
that
ticket. There's no
Saturday.
tickets. You got to have it's.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes,
Any
it's-
proof of admission to the game, Dean.
Right.
Yes. And then they will give you a gaming card with $100 credit. We'll see you Saturday.
How about it?
Love it. Casey was on the show yesterday morning as he was catching a flight to Vancouver. That photo with the Greta sign in the background, I sent it to him. He's like, I'm just boarding my flight back to Calgary. That guy's busy. We'll see him Saturday. Love it. Standings, Dean, look like this. Just 3 points. 3 bleeping points. 2 games over 500. Been impressive. 4 wins, 4 losses, 4 wins, 3 losses, 2 wins. Is that where we're at? Yes, it is. Back and forth we go. Ride the roller coaster, friends. Here's the rest of the month on the schedule. Up to Edmonton. Join us at Greta. We'll watch it there. Then back to town for the LA Kings on a Tuesday. Nothing till Mika night on Saturday the 2nd. And then they close the homestand with the Seattle on a Monday.
Man, what are we going to do? We got a 1 game. What are we like? How are we going to handle that?
Drinking show?
All right.
Did last night.
I had 7 beers for breakfast.
Not quite flamesy news, but kind of flamesy news. Adam Ruzicka has been placed on waivers today. Enjoy the KHL, sir. Your time in this league is done. There are videos on the internet of things you're not supposed to do in society, never mind as an employee of a professional sports team. and you voluntarily filmed yourself doing these things. Odd.
Oh,
Not the best.
poor choices.
Poor choices. Better choices, scoring goals. Austin Matthews, again last night, boys. 51. I think he's at 10 goals in his last 5 games. Goodness. That's the scoring leaders. Sam Reinhart's having a monster year. He's only 13 goals back.
Catch him, Sam.
Yeah, he slowed down for about 4 days, and now it's see ya.
Whew. Matthews has been on an absolute heater. They won again. I think that's 6 in a row for the Leafs. It is. Vegas hurting, no Stone, no Eichel. That sounds like trouble, but knowing Kelly McCrimmon, it might be trouble for everyone else if he's got that much cap space to work with at the deadline.
Did you hear what Stone's got?
Upper body, but not the back. They said.
Lacerated, like kidney or spleen or something.
Oh, no.
It's no bueno. It's no good.
Yeah, I don't like the sounds of that. I'll pass on that one.
T's and P's.
Rangers also had a heater going into last night. They did get some saves and a lot of goals. 9. How many, Dean?
9.
9 wins in a row. 9 times.
9 times.
And looking absolutely like the best team in the Metro at this point. I think this is excellent golfer and probably mediocre referee, maybe even better than mediocre. Garrett Rank last night in St. Louis, where noted Richard Jordan Binnington was pitching a shutout. Let's go to the call as something was reviewed here.
And he's 6'6", so if he hits it with his stick above his head,
you're not going to like it, but the call on the ice was correct. No goal.
No, that's some good description there.
You're not going to like it.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it too.
Well, you know, there are some.
It's okay to have some personality, not just operate like robots that make the wrong call about a third of the time, right?
Well, I was going to say, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Don't impact the game. You know, make a dumb calls, dumb plays. If you want to do that, a little drama,
Sure.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Here's tonight. Go ahead with a smaller slate. I think only got 3 games here, Dino.
Yeah.
We'll revisit them in the Betway bets.
3-banger.
I think Columbus like waxed Buffalo earlier this year, right? You might remember like 7-0 or 9-1 or something. It was an absolute slobber knocker. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen's actually playing really well in net over the last few weeks here. So we'll see if that has any intrigue. No Johnny Gaudreau. He welcomed his second child into the world. That news coming out this morning. Congrats to Johnny Poppy.
Well, I saw Porcelain said he had the kid, but he might play something. So
I guess he is gone home for that. I don't know that he's going to get back in time. Maybe that's changing. As of this morning, it didn't look like he's going to play because I know you had him in Betway and you had to yank him.
At home where?
No, it's in Columbus. That's why because Porcelain had an update to that report.
Okay. So wherever the hospital is, he was, the thought was he might not be around, but maybe he will be. Okay.
But congratulations.
Congrats to Johnny Poppy.
I mean, definitely still, come on back. I don't know why you ever left, but congratulations.
Great place to raise kids, Calgary. Really good.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, trivia.
Fire.
Can you tell me whom is leading the Buffalo Sabres in scoring?
Goals or points?
Points.
Is it the D-man, Darlene?
He is second. And the reason I ask is because I was like,
Tage is not having a big year.
And it's not an impressive number.
No.
But Casey Middlestat is leading the Buffalo Sabres in points.
Finally coming around.
Hey, well, again, it's I'll find the number here for you. It's not you're not.
No, I know.
44 in 56.
You still want to trade for Skinner, Red, or is that ship sailed now?
He was hot. $4 million.
I think the real concern is Tage Thompson, fellas.
Well, I read this thing because he's at what skin the old what do you call him, the skin flute, right?
Tage just had a child as well. This children's stuff really throws you off.
Yeah, Johnny, that explains it all too. It's been awful this year. His wife is pregnant. How's he supposed to perform?
Jeff Skinner has played 980 games.
Whoa,
and 0. Like, how many playoff games has this guy played?
Oh dear.
Well, none since he's been to Buffalo, Dean.
Well, and he got moved out of Carolina at a time. I'm not sure they were in that mode yet. That's a great. Oh my God, is he going to hit 1,000 games without playing a playoff game?
To pull like Ole Jokinen?
Oh dear.
Jay Bowman?
Jeff Skinner has not played a playoff game. He has 980 regular season games.
That's pain right there, buddy. That is
goosh.
Pain. God damn it. I like a good comeback story, Rhett. This is a tale of a boy who had an injury and a very, very expensive contract that got bought out. So he politely got paid a lot of money every year, and he hung out in Nashville. But then he got better, and he wanted to play hockey again, and now he's in Milwaukee. which is Algonquin for the good land.
I thought it was Wales' vagina.
To the front of his goal, Gravel, and he'll bank it left wing to neutral ice. LaRue ahead to Parsonen to the left circle. Parsonen, toe drag, feeds it right. Cody Hodgson! Cody Hodgson scores his first. That's a special one. Get that puck.
Get that puck.
Get it.
Very high pick. Former Sabre, former Canuck, former back issues, and very late in life playing in the American League. What a comeback, Rhett.
Get this story because I thought he was on the IR and all this.
He was
stuff.
very unhealthy.
Yeah, he had a real thing.
The thing was a thing. A real thing.
It doesn't appear to be a thing anymore.
No, and he's on the wrong side of 30 by quite a bit, I think. And there he is in the A scoring a goal.
That's a
Really
feel
okay.
good. That's a feel good story right there.
Is it?
Love it.
I think it's an
Sure.
awkward story.
What's
Well, how
awkward
come?
about it?
Well, he screwed the system, took all his money, and like
He didn't screw the system at all. He's just waiting
You know
on the
what,
right
Rhett?
doctor.
Why have
just
you
like
got to be that way? Not everything is a big conspiracy.
I'm gonna have to do some digging into. There's got to be a backstory.
Take your friggin'
Rhett, Dean and I want your shoulders to feel better.
No, I'm
And if there's ever
interested how
something
he's
that's
getting this-
invented and your shoulders feel better and you want to play pro hockey again, we have your back. We will not call it a conspiracy.
I'm gonna go get the Neuralink, the Musk thing, and I'll be deadly out there.
What I do remember is
You
he
guys
was
can-
making a great deal of money
Yes,
for a
forever.
long period of
not play
time
hockey.
to
yeah.
not play the game.
And he was like teaching kids in Nashville, just being on the ice, loving the game. Maybe loving some country music. I don't know.
Now he's in the American League, taking up some other kid's ice time. There's some young kid out there trying to cut his teeth, wants to make it to the show, but no, Cody Hodgson's got to be out there wheeling around, tapping in backdoor.
You wet your teeth. You don't cut them.
That's right.
Wet your teeth.
In a bucket.
The truth.
Why the hell would Milwaukee want Cody Hodgson?
It's Nashville's affiliate, baby. He's going to make it back to the big show.
Because he was with Nashville.
I don't know that he was there, but he retired there. Was he?
Well,
Did
he was
finish
there.
in Nashville?
And then he was
Yeah.
working for them to kind of, he was making
Yeah,
like
okay.
$1 million a year to run ball
Yeah, I think
hockey
he was
or
around
something.
$750,000 just to walk around and be a former player. It's hell-
Andrew Ladd
work.
wants to come to Calgary and talk on a show and run a ball hockey thing, so we were supposed to help him out. Just throwing that out.
Sounds
now,
like a great
what-
off-air conversation.
Is he taking us fishing?
Oh,
Do you know he does the fishing thing with what are the big dinosaur fish?
the sturgeon.
Sturgeon. Every
Out
year
in
he
Chilliwack.
has like a charity sturgeon thing. I love fishing. I want to go on a fishing trip. Like they're
I'd watch
standing
that.
in knee deep water with these big bastards.
Can I be in a boat or on the shore and drink beer? I'll watch it.
Is it a fish? Is it?
Well, we'll negotiate
Dinosaur.
with him. This is
All
an
right.
off-air
Good.
conversation.
All right.
Come on, guys. Be professional.
Crowchod Classic. Rhett's been itching all day waiting for the result. Game 1 of the best of 3 between the Dinos and the Cougars in men's U Sports action in the playoffs. It's Dinos, baby, at Father David Bauer.
What a battle.
4-2. Apparently, pretty
Apparently.
physical game. The most physical game they've had at Father David Bauer, I'm told, since Darcy Tucker's brother nearly killed a man at our game.
Unnecessarily.
That was a
And
while
Rhett
ago,
didn't
yeah.
want to penalize him.
I don't even know what to
Whoa,
do.
settle down, settle down.
I
Back to your
said that
benches.
guy straight to the box. It was a stern
No, you
warning.
didn't.
He
We
sure
won't
didn't.
have
You
this
sent him back to his bench.
right off the bench, right through the bench and through.
No. No.
Rhett, he can't play anymore in this game. Rhett, you can no.
It's the most vicious two-hand I've ever witnessed with my own two eyes. Not in the movie
I
Slapshot.
don't know what to do. Rhett,
I thought it was great. That guy deserved it.
a double minor? Rhett,
Chris,
no.
Almost had to amputate that
You have
leg.
to throw him out. How much vodka's in your water bottle?
Yeah, I think
It's all vodka. Oh, okay.
dumb shit. We got a lot. Let's smoothly roll into the weekend, boys, because it's a Friday on the Pinder Report. Here we go.
Oh Dio, see!
There's the wheelbarrow.
Wow.
Come on now.
Wow.
Are
So
you
all we're
kidding
going to
me?
do is incredible things that guys have done. No fails at all. Let's go to Australia and go parasailing. Off we go. There's your guide. He's helping you. Got to make sure the big umbrella thing's ready to go. And hang on now. Whoa. Bup, 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 bup. All right. How's this going to work?
Was she supposed to let go or?
There's not room for two there, I don't think. What are we doing here?
No.
What?
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Not the best.
I think so.
That's the least graceful dismount I could think of there. And people are running to get him.
yeah. At least I'd rather do it there than about 10 feet more this way.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
You probably had just enough depth there to keep from dying.
Well, and there's a family getting a great photo done, and I think they were 10 feet in the wrong direction. Let's go to the old cliff jumping pool here. There we are. Let's pose for that.
Oh, no. We're going to need some ointment.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
That actually probably like not a lot of hard blows to the cranium area.
I was going to say that is the
moves.
best. That's the best case scenario for what happened there.
Really is. Yep.
Best case.
We've been telling you about these bad rides at amusement parks and such. We got another ride fail here. What? This doesn't.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be there.
That's
That's
not the view I was expecting, Dean. Whoa. Camera works a little shoddy here. We had Jack was deep into the barn burners, but that is completely upside down. One of the seat belts on the chairs, as this thing goes upside down, it's loosened here. That again, can't wait for the exhibition to arrive here for the summer festivities. Love those rides.
Go Carnies.
Just quality staffing and machines that never break. Can't wait. You ever have a little car damage, but you try to drive through it?
Car damage.
Don't have.
Yeah, there's a fender, but I got to get
ever have
there.
any car damage?
Illegal.
I'll deal with this later. I'll replace. So I'm going to drive without a bumper for a bit. No big deal.
Do you guys mind if I bring my car damage in for you to look at?
I was just going to the repair shop. I'm not driving with damage. I'm going to get it fixed. That happens all the time.
All the time. It'll buff right out.
Get his head out to the side.
There again, best possible scenario that could have happened.
Honestly, maybe that overpass you tried to go under, it was a blessing in disguise.
Because if
air ventilation.
If it folds the other way, he's not going to be able to drive that thing.
Nadine, you love sharks. So here on this Friday.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, Hawaiian Shirt Friday.
Let's go check out this shark, which
jeez.
Now this is Pensacola, Florida, Dean. So add
Get
Florida
out of there.
Place. Now, what do you do when the shark's about to die
Let
on
him
the beach?
Die, you bastard. That's what you do.
Save him. That's a living thing, Dean, and I'm sure the shark will remember to be nice to you.
Oh,
if
he'll
you
be
save
very
him.
appreciative of your efforts, I'm sure.
A couple of guys know what's up. They're out of there.
Why are we so stupid?
Babe, let him
Leave him.
Just grabbing the steering wheel there. Now he's coming
How
to
much
him.
longer do you need to stand there?
Well, you got to let him catch his breath or whatever you do with the gills.
Hey, Italo Labignan, let him go.
Maybe there could be a happy ending with the shark, Dean, or
Ryan.
What? You know, if you know what the ending is.
Getting closer, yeah, that's definitely the thing to do.
Well, there you go. Like, perfect, Dean. Happy ending.
Such a chicken shit, Dean.
Yeah.
Get in there and save that shark.
You think the shark didn't thank the guys for saving him?
Next
See you,
time,
buddies. Thank you.
Next time they run into each other, that shark will be
Yes.
like, "Hey, pal, thanks."
Well, and they did run into each other. So here's the footage because look, he remembers.
2 seconds won't do anything.
I don't want to see this.
No.
See what? They're gonna get this.
get him, get him, get him, get him.
Okay, he forgot. Or that was his brother. I don't know.
Ah! No shit. Oh!
Get him, get him, get him. Thanks for the advice. Thanks, tips. Get him, get him, get him.
You mean don't leave him in
He
the water
got
with the shark? Okay.
Yeah, who are we rooting for there? The dude or the shark?
You ever have something under your fridge and you're like, what is that? I can't see it. This is a great technique to figure out what's under your fridge. This is, I believe this is one of
You're
those Swiffer
just
things.
out to ruin my weekend.
What
eh?
are you talking about, Dean? I'm trying to help your house get clean.
This is some bullshit.
What? He's just cleaning. Oh, jeez. Now let's get back to something a little more civil, Dean. You like fried chicken, right?
Those little bastards.
No, you like fried chicken, right?
Don't.
If
we
I were
love
there,
fried-
I'd bite
don't
you
love
on the
fried
nose right
chicken.
now. I'd lean over and I'd bite you right in your nose. You jerk.
It's Friday, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's calm you down with some fried chicken. Let's have a look at this
I don't
piece.
know if I'm tripping out or is this a fucking rat. Is it a rat or is it a dick? I don't know. You tell me.
And it's got a tail and everything.
Come on. I hate you so much.
Look, you don't want to know what's in the hot dog. You just need to know it tastes good. Okay. Don't worry about what's in there. It was tasty, I'm sure.
Jack, you're an asshole too, by the way. You're a big part of
Listen,
this.
I'm having a barbecue. We'll have a few beers, some snacks over this. It'll all blow over, Dean. Here, look at this.
Oh, come on. Just dumb. This is so stupid.
Yeah, some pig eyeballs. It's a delicacy.
No, it's not.
Now, Rhett, you like cats, eh?
Love cats. Can't get enough
This
cats.
is the shoveler's got a new pet. I don't know if she introduced you yet.
Oh!
I've got a cougar in the bedroom. Holy shit. Woo. I mean, the cat is sending you a message.
No, there's playing, Dean. This is a little game. See?
Is this one of those exotic pet cats, or is this a wild beast?
Looks
It's
a little
probably
bit
both.
domesticated, given that it's on a bed. But
Oh, man. I mean,
that
come
teeth
on.
feel look like wilderness teeth. Yeah.
Look at the size of the friggin' paws in that thing.
Well, we're done the
that's
tough
when
stuff.
you come home. It's like, have you seen little Stevie? Where is he's not in his bedroom? Is he in the backyard playing? No, I haven't seen him. Have you seen him?
He's eating the neighbor's dog.
And the neighbor. Now, someone found a little snake here. This is kind of funny. I don't know if this is a
Ryan.
kid or a teenager or what. Dean, don't worry. It's a little one. It's not a problem. I assure you the snake is not a problem.
I'm not looking.
Yeah. No, look, buddy.
No,
come on.
I'm
Look,
not
it's
doing it.
it's tiny. It's not a big problem. But there might be a bit of a problem later.
Oh! Yeah. Hate snakes.
Not doing it. No, you can.
Last one of the week, Dean. You don't have to deal with me until Monday. Someone thought it'd be a good idea to sit on a crocodile.
I've always
What?
wanted.
What is this show we do?
Look at this size.
Now, what you'll notice immediately is that this man's an asshole and he's sitting on a crocodile.
Oh,
Get away from my.
Yeah.
Hey, get away from my buddy. What? Ow. In fairness, who could have expected that to happen?
Brett, how you doing there?
he's a real professional, that dumbass.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Again, I wish that crocodile was in the studio with you right now and did that to you.
I wouldn't sit on an alligator or crocodile like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crocodile.
And that's your Pinder report on this fine Friday, Dean. Do enjoy your weekend. Sleep well.
It just fucking sucks.
Pinder report brought to you by Village Honda. Of course, it's new in-stock inventory on the ground, more arriving daily. And pre-owned, all makes, all models, all budgets. 90 units on site, access to more than 500 more inside the dealership group. It's Village Honda, your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. Worth the trip. VillageHonda.com. The next time there's a meeting with Village Honda, you're going on your own.
I'm bringing that cat.
I'm not going with you. You can go up there and explain yourself and your actions on your own.
We're here to entertain, Dean.
Thanks for cutting down on the C-bombs. I appreciate that, I guess.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's nice.
I think you had Aussie Brad last Friday because I was gone. How'd that one go?
real good.
He was looking like Rhett
He
last
never
night.
misses.
He was primed up.
He's a dead red hitter every time.
Middle fastballs. He don't miss.
He never misses.
No,
unbelievable. Okay, we got some stuff. Yeah, got to stuff we got to get to. We're gonna get to if you've got because we're gonna do the Great Clips inbox for Great Clips coming up. Some questions. If you have some questions for the show, maybe sports related, not sports related, Pinder related, whatever it is, and you're in the chat, fire them in.
Okay.
Or you can email the show and we will get them in time. Great Clips inbox at flamesnation.ca. So we will do that segment coming up here. Toot Sweet. Honeymoon Suite.
Canadian CanCon Honeymoon Suite?
Yes, I'm going to say. I'm drawing a bit of a blank. I'm finding there's a lot of pockets in my brain that are just empty now. Like downtown, you go into there used to be a big office in here. Now it's just nothing
It's
here.
the Travolta meme from Pulp Fiction.
Jack Tripper walking into the apartment. That's just nothing. I'm looking for this friggin' wire. Well, I'm gonna do this one. No, I got it.
Yep.
Family Day gone, Valentine's Day gone, but you know what? It's still February. Still a great opportunity for you to get to Jasper and experience all that is great about the town of Jasper and the surrounding area. You've got the Columbia Ice Fields. You've got Marmot Basin.
Oh, yeah.
The skiing is it's tremendous up there. Jasper.travel is the website. So it's Marmot Basin. It's the downtown. There's pubs, there's shopping, there's all kinds of things. And what Jasper.travel does is you can almost kind of build your trip with all the different things. Oh, we're going to go snowshoeing. We're going to go dog sledding. We're going to go, hiking. We're going to go downhill skiing, whatever it is. You go to Jasper.travel and check out all of the great events. And that's January. They had something going on. February, they have something going on. Still time to sneak one in because you're thinking, so winter's going to be over soon. And you're probably right because the calendar and time keeps on ticking into the future. But still time for you to get up to Jasper and check all that out. Maybe you want to rent a cabin.
Yes.
We've had the cabin experience specifically at Fairmont, but even outside of the JPL, you can rent an awesome cabin.
Longer sunlight hours there than we were there a month ago. It's a beautiful time to visit. Still winter wonderland, but longer days. Love to see it.
It is. So there you go. Check that out. Jasper.travel. Why, Rhett, what are you doing?
What do you mean? What am I doing?
Well, where'd you go? What'd you do? What are you doing?
Back teeth were floating, so I had to.
I see. Tinkle time.
Wow. Got it.
I mentioned this the other day, and it's in the works. I know you guys won't care because you don't care about me.
Right.
But the Douglas mattress, Pinder, you have one, and we have one here. And I've told this story. My wife gave it the old check after one sleep. Yeah, you can get rid of the old mattress, get the old one where I'm in. The Douglas mattress showed up, of course, as it does on your doorstep. I've got a kid in the house who I'm now just kind of randomly, he'll be just on the phone or doing whatever, lying on my bed.
What? Get out of there.
You have your own bedroom and your own bed, like your own thing to do. Why are you in here? Well, the bed's so comfortable. It's way more comfortable than my bed. I said, I don't care. Get out. So what do you do? What do you do when you're put in this sort of a spot? Do you put up with your own kid laying around? What's that, Rhett? Unmute? Oh, you're there.
I would break some hockey sticks. And
yeah, you would.
Right.
Yeah, you'd start swinging. I'm just going to get another mattress. I'm just going to get another mat. You've got the same go.
Brilliant.
Right?
Well, yeah.
And the thing of it is, fellas, it's so easy. Douglas.ca/FlamesNation shows up at your door. No greasy sales, and the salespeople, a lot of them, you go to those places and it's like, so you've just put cologne over the cigarette smoke. That's what you've chose to do, right? What?
Dean doesn't like people, right? It's just salespeople should not be offended. It's just people he doesn't like.
Antiperspirant. It's a thing. look into it. But that's why Douglas mattress is great. It is vacuum sealed, packaged tight into the box, boom, on your doorstep. You take the box inside, you cut the thing open. It's, I don't know. I would love to go and see how they vacuum seal this.
Who invented this? This is quite impressive work.
I don't know. I would love to see how it's done. And if you don't like it, well, then what do you do? Well, you have a 365 night risk-free trial, industry-leading risk-free trial, no questions asked, full refund. And for the time being, this is no small potatoes. You are getting free, if you order right now at douglas.ca/FlamesNation with your mattress order, a free Comfort Sleep bundle. That's 2 foam pillows and pillow protectors, a cotton sheet set, and a mattress protector, free, on top of the mattress that's going to show up. It's all coming to your door. It's all coming to your door. Flames Nation is we're in cahoots with Douglas on this, which is why you get the free stuff. Douglas.ca/FlamesNation, made in Calgary, highest quality mattresses, fast delivery, and you got a year to test drive this thing. Try and beat that. You're not gonna. Douglas.ca/FlamesNation. Spoiled kids.
You are.
Yeah, we're enabling them. We're the problem.
Wait till I roll out how spoiled that kid is.
Are you gonna do that one day?
In a few weeks.
Well, I know what's happening to him in the spring. He's basically hitting the Super Bowl and World Cup back to back there.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
It's bananas. Yeah.
It's good to have favorites though, Dean.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and let it really be known who is your favorite so that you don't need to reestablish the pecking order. It's laid out right here for you.
You don't bother asking, and you don't bother asking. I've already taken care of it.
Tell us what you want. Yeah.
What do you need? Yeah, don't worry
about
it. Yeah, you and I, we'll go do our own thing.
But let me deal with these two idiots. Yeah, just give me a second.
It's going to be great. Don't worry about it. Great Clips inbox. You have questions?
Oh?
We have answers. We're so smart, eh?
I'm a little worried about this one.
You think about Ryan Pinder, born in the big city, under immense wealth.
Okay.
Warner and I, poverty on the Canadian Shield, the prairies.
Never owned a silk shirt.
Wow.
And he is burned through immense wealth with airlines taking his credits as they fold.
There's got to be something here. I need my glasses. This is not going to work. I'm going to have to get something done.
Here we go.
You've never owned a silk shirt?
No. Always wanted a silk shirt.
Well, of course you did. Who wouldn't?
Everybody had silk shirts in high school.
Is that right? That was the thing.
All the other guys swinging by Randy River.
Yeah.
Grabbing a navy silk shirt.
2 for 1.
For the big social. For the big, what do they call it? The
cabaret.
Cabaret.
Had to battle through it. How many silk shirts did you have, Pinder?
He wiped his ass with them.
Yeah. Used them once and wiped his
We didn't
arse.
even use them. We just cut them up for rags. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that's what we use for TP.
Yeah. We got cold. We'd burn those. Yeah.
Great Clips inbox with more than 4,400 hair salons throughout the United States and Canada. Great Clips is the world's largest hair salon brand, official hair salon of the National Hockey League. Your time is valuable. Use the Great Clips check-in app. See what the wait time is. Okay, check the other location. Gonna check the other location. No, here, I'm in. Now you're in line. Now you're waiting just because of the app. You could also opt in to receive a ready next text alert just by checking the box.
It's a genius.
Then they'll give you a 15-minute heads up. Hey, 15 minutes out. Make your way over. Thank you, Great Clips. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
But what if I want to sit and wait in some place all day and not know when it's ready? I mean, I could still do that.
Each their own, Ryan. Yeah.
Okay.
We're not here to judge. We go to the Great Clips inbox.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Fellas, I'm headed back to Eastern Saskatchewan this weekend. What are the essential road trip snacks.
Oh,
that is
Cheesies.
from Jim.
I'm going to say you need a bag of
Jim?
spits or sunflower seeds.
Cheesies. Hawkins.
Because if you're going east, you've got a good, I'd think, 5 to 7 hours. You got some time here.
Question, Rhett. Cheesy fingers, steering wheel. Gear, are you at all concerned about the cheesy dust in the vehicle?
I don't like the cheesy dust, and it's hard to get rid of, but the pleasure of the cheesy makes it worth the cheesy dust.
You need those baby wipes riding shotgun. That's the move right
nice
there.
Move. It's a nice move.
For me, on a road trip like that, often you don't think about it. It's a long trip.
Mm-hmm.
If you're having chips, delicious. You're having some pop, maybe some caffeine, beef jerky.
Yeah.
Protein, little pop. You're not going to eat it, and you're not going to eat it just mow through the whole bag, probably. You're going to have a piece or two. All right, a little protein, feeling good. Now back to the other snacks. Beef jerky.
It's a hell of a call.
Thank you.
And between the three, I mean, if this fine gentleman, whose name I've either forgotten or not heard. Jim, if he does the sunflower seed, Hawkins cheesy, beef jerky combo, I think he's going to be in good hands, boys.
Hawkins, hey?
That's what Brett said, yeah. Big fan.
Chocolate milk.
Oh, man, that's good. With the beef jerky?
Car could get a little scented. I don't know.
That milk, chocolate milk, going to put you right to sleep there.
Oh,
heavy.
Got a little bit.
So good, though. Vico.
What's the? Are we doing pop? I know you're having beers, Rhett.
I would probably. I like root beer. I'm going root beer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just get a couple coffees and lots of water. Yeah, maybe a couple Gatos.
Need water for sure,
especially with the seeds, right? And the beef jerky salty too.
You're gonna be heavily a lot of sodium in those snacks.
Yeah.
You know what? That was one thing that there's a few things I guess that COVID kind of took from us. A couple things, but probably I think we can all agree for a while there they took the coffee cups out at the convenience stores, so then you lost your spitty cup.
Yeah.
So then what are you going to do? Are you going to buy a drink just to drink it, so then you got a spitty cup or something for it?
Especially with the seeds, you need that bad.
So, could I just get a spitty cup? Well, we have to charge you for the cup. Thanks.
How much is it? 10 cents. No.
I just want to have some spits. What are we doing for spits? Straight up, seasoned, dill, barbecue.
I like the cracked black pepper.
Oh, retro!
That's a good one. And the dill with the cracked pepper, I'm told, is a dangerous combo. Mix those together. Woo!
Who told you? Who told you that, Ryan?
Might have been you. I'm not sure.
This guy right here.
Veteran move.
I love the cracked pepper, but for some it can be a lot.
Okay.
Like the inside of your mouth is just like a minefield. I like the dill pickle. I like the cracked pepper. Get a cup back. Split them up. Delicious.
I think you're ready for a road trip, Dean. You're all excited here.
So I want to go to Douglas to see how they do the mattresses.
Okay.
I want to go to Leadbridge to see at the Spitz factory how they roll those things out.
Yeah.
Because that's Lethbridge, right? Spitz?
We were just in Lethbridge, Dean. I feel like you could have popped in.
Yeah, I probably should have. Yeah.
That feels like a missed opportunity there. We met the guy that started the company. He's this Dutch farmer. He was an absolute maniac. He came in and spoke to one of our classes at U of L. It was phenomenal. He cursed like a sailor. He was awesome. I'm like, I want to hammer beers with this guy. What a legend.
Who are the Dutch?
Spitz Empire.
Really?
Spitz Empire.
Huh. How about that?
Some dusty land. He turned it into millions, right? What a genius.
This is coming in on the chat for Bob.
Bobby Lee.
What's the better pizza Chicago deep dish? Vern's or Atlas?
I don't know the Vern's very well.
Well, the Vern's
is a Saskatoon started pizzeria. I like them both. I'll say that. But I've got, I guess, a bit of a soft spot for Vern's because I actually know the people that.
Yeah, Rhett doesn't want to pick favorites. Dean, though, you are happy to do so with your kids.
No, but here's
pizza should be really easy.
I'm going to be a prick. I'm going to be a little controversial.
Oh.
Neither of them are Chicago deep dish.
That's a good point. I was going to say that's misconstrued.
So they're heavier, but they're not deep dish.
Thick.
Yeah, Chicago has the thick, like the
yeah.
That it's like a crust that's that deep, and
often
then
squares, right? As well, not circular.
Usually a square.
Yeah.
You go to Lou Malnati's, it'll be in a round, but but it'll be in like one of those you truly like a spring form cake pan, if you know what that is. That's what you'd make your deep dish in. Atlas is great, but it's just kind of a more, if you want to use mom and pop kind of a thing, which I love. But it's just a thicker crust. It's not a Chicago deep dish. And Vern's, it's just a lot of toppings.
Right. Okay.
That's a
It'll
calling
be
card.
toppings like that much.
Piles of salami.
So neither
Bob,
Chicago deep dish is the correct answer.
Yeah, neither are Chicago deep dish. And I would even say Vern's and Atlas are, I'm not putting them in the same category because Vern's really does its own thing. Like you say, it's just we're going to put a ridiculous amount of toppings on it. Atlas is just a great, delicious, thicker home style kind of a pizza. God damn it, I'm hungry. So good. Back to the great clips inbox at flamesnation.ca. Fellas, how often should you wash your feet? Because I shower every day.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the last time I actually washed my feet. Problem? Question mark. That's
some kind of sick perv. Wash your feet. What the hell are you talking about? Wash your feet.
Well, I think what he's
like with soap and all the soap's running down there anyway. It's running down your legs. What are you talking about?
Soapy water. It's good.
I think this is Steve's point. Is that enough?
Well, the answer, he knows the answer. That's more
I think
than
it is, Steen. I do.
Same with
standing all over the suds. Come on now. You're good.
Let's go a layer deeper. Someone has brought this to his attention. Someone's unhappy, like, right?
Well, okay, if you want to go layered, let's go a layer deeper than that. What's the guy's name? Steve?
Steve.
Listen, Steven, if you're some kind of weirdo that's walking around all winter with no socks and in the mud and in the muck, that like, what's your job title? Are you a grape crusher? Were you making mango juice at the other day, the video we saw?
Mango juice.
You're a regular schmuck. Your feet usually have socks on it and shoes. You're good. If you're doing the grape crushing, you're going to have to spend a little more time on the feet.
Daryl makes a good point in the chat. He does note that Steve's always have dirty feet. It's a known fact. Steve's just not good with their feet.
A lot of Steve's, yeah.
Treat your feet with a little more respect, Steve.
We've dealt with Jeff's a lot.
Yeah.
And Randy's.
Can't trust
I guess
them.
we got to keep an eye on Steve's now.
Watch your ass, Steve.
Where pizza questions. This is from Just. Great clips. Which is better, Sammy's or Signor's pizza?
There's no wrong answer here.
I don't know that I've ever had Signor's.
I have not either, but my nephew Dax will go get Signor's. Like, it's completely out of the way. And he's like, it's well worth it.
I got a soft spot in my heart for the boys at Sammy's, Amir, and everybody, all the boys over at
Vegetarian Nightmare. Vegetarian Nightmare.
You know, I think they changed the name of that. I think there's maybe some, woke.
Go woke, go.
But it's basically they're all meat. You're getting some donair and some salami. You're getting that. That is your classic, again, mom and pop. It's a badge of honor. It's not but it's thick crust, and they do the cheese all over the top of the toppings.
Yeah. It's good.
Sammy's world's greatest pizza.
That's what it's called.
Free plugs. Yeah. That's if you're
That's
you're
the
looking.
name.
And you know what, Signor's, I don't like Amir, he won't like hearing it. I may have to try Signor's.
You're an equal opportunity pizza eater, Dean. You're not going to slight anyone.
Yeah. And maybe sometimes you go somewhere else and you try it. It's like, that was not worth it. You're then more loyal to the place.
Maybe.
Huh?
Everyone just wants shameless pizza plugs now. We got to get off the pizza topic.
Jeremy wants to know, when can we trade Pinder for Cammy? Great clips in.
There's a futures snafu, and the WHL really likes Cammy. We're working on salary retention. It's going to be an issue.
I would do it immediately if I had any.
Yeah, I saw you last night. I know.
Well, there was a real chemistry there. Please, I'm trying to talk. Could you be quiet, please? I'm trying to talk.
I've made notes.
Real
prepared
chemistry
for the show today, Cammy.
I'm 7 beer. Man, that's like the gatekeeper to you with Afterburner. I've had 5. Can we start? Okay, Rhett's not ready.
Not ready.
Not ready. From Milk. Is your name Milk? Do you recommend peeing on them when you have athlete's foot? I've heard it's a cure.
I thought that was the sting from the
like a snake bite or something.
With the jellyfish. You get stung by the jellyfish. You gotta
Well, I've
piss
got a
on your
bet.
feet.
I
Yeah.
mean, the older you get, the worse stream you have. So whenever you're pissing in the shower, you are pissing on.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were peeing on last night. There's no infection anywhere. You're clean as a whistle. Sick bastard. Do you think this is what Great Clips had in mind?
I don't think so. No.
It's not up to us. It's up to the
We're
listeners.
talking about urinating on
listener
Steve's
questions.
This one, you know what? This one came in over the course of the show. Let me find it here. This is Bob. Rhett, do you really think that sorry.
Want to give yourself a quick shovel there? Just a quick shovel, Dean, if you don't mind.
Oh my God.
Do you really think that if all the Flames can get for Tanev is a second, they should just keep him? Bob.
Well, Bob, I never said that. That was Pinder's take.
Okay.
It's not my take. It was my fear. Second plus, by the way. Second
Do
plus.
you really think Pinder? So you just want to keep him?
Okay, Bob. That's the type of question we don't need in the Great Clips inbox. Thank you, though.
No, Bob. I don't think that.
Bob, go clean your feet.
Here's what I'm saying, because let's just, because I think we can all come together in a nice. We can all. I think the concern is that there won't be an. What if you only get a third or a fourth? Like, then do you just keep them? Much like the fears that I put at ease. That let me allay your fears. You're going to get more than that.
It's a second plus that everyone's offering right now.
I would
Connie's
suggest.
trying to late first.
Again, just as guesswork. I would bet that Conroy has some second and other asset trades that if he wanted to do it right now, he could. So how do you feel about a second and kind of deal? Bob. Stop being a nervous Nelly, Bob. This is Rob. Question at the Great Clips inbox at FlamesNation.ca. When are you going to do this tournament bracket for best sound clips? I know Boomer is lukewarm on the idea, but everyone wants it.
March Madness, baby.
You can't do it during March Madness.
That's the whole idea. Everyone gets into brackets. Or we do it April Madness when the playoffs are on and
or June when there's
there.
F all to talk about.
Yeah, we'll be busy talking about the Flames during round 1 and 2.
Is that right?
So we're not going to have time for.
So conference finals, we'll crack it open.
Yeah.
Got it.
You blew it!
That's how that goes. Oh, you'd like to end on a good one.
I
Bob
think
really
so.
screwed us there.
Yeah.
Rob.
Steve,
Bob screwed
too.
us.
Steve, with your weird feet, get out of here.
And is there anything else? Because I'll end this thing right now. I'll turn this car around. Athlete's foot.
I like that road trip one too. It is a good start. Should have saved that.
It
to
was
the
a
end.
good start. That's the kind of.
Well, I thought we were going to keep rolling.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll say this. This is stupid. Often on a long road trip, I'll get a like a cherry Coke or a cherry Diet Pepsi or whatever. The cherry angle.
And a pack of smokes.
Oh, darts, darting the whole way. Lighting one with the other. Just banging them out.
Just crushing
That's
darts.
how I do it. That's how Kipper does it. That's the Kipper method, I think. We'll find out next week. That is the Great Clips inbox. It is a presentation of Great Clips. We told you about it. It's the hair salon of the NHL. It's the world's largest hair salon brand. You get the Great Clips check-in app. You see the wait time. You're not sitting around waiting. You get on the app. You're in line. You're ready. You can opt in for the Ready Next text alert. Great Clips. It's going to be great every week. We have got the Great Clips inbox here on the program. Let's take a look at some Betway bets.
Let's do it.
Now, I put 2 in today, and then the news of the Johnny Gaudreau came out. I could go and ports line it up here and see if we
Johnny
have
Poppy.
any update. But it's more about Betway. Get the Betway app on your phone and your tablet and your top and your bottom. Get it everywhere. Buffalo at the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, obviously, for this if Johnny Gaudreau doesn't play, I don't like this Johnny Gaudreau bet.
The good news is they'll refund it because
they won't let you, or they won't let
no.
you do it. Johnny Gaudreau, 1+ assists, pays plus money, plus 105. He has 10 assists in his last 8 games. He's quietly started to get things going with the Blue Jackets. So give me a Johnny, and if he does play tonight, he's going to put on a show for the new baby. He's totally going to put on a show. So give me the plus money, plus 105 on a Gaudreau assist. Gabe Vilardi is on a big heater, boys.
Isn't he?
Winnipeg is in Chicago. Chicago's not great. Winnipeg has been better. Vilardi, a power play point, plus 200. He has 6 power play points in his last 3 games.
Ride it.
He's very good.
Good down low.
He alone for Dubois would be a good trade for the Jets at this point.
Never mind. I follow in the other cat.
I love this bet. Plus 200 for a single power play point for Gabe Vilardi. Those are my Betway bets.
All right. I'm getting saucy here. We're going for McDavid and Kaprizov to score. Kaprizov's been on an absolute heater. He had that 6-point game on Monday and has been busy since as well. That could be a good one. Edmonton's not been quite right. A little leakier in net, and I think Minnesota's rolled up their sleeves a bit of late. So we'll see if they both score. That's plus 300. And Connor Bedard, 2 points. Not easy to get on Hellebuck. Maybe it's Brossoit. We'll see. Plus 300. Bedard's been great since he's been back.
Larry Brossoit, as Noodles would call him.
Larry.
I like Larry.
Larry Brossoit.
Yeah, I dig that. There you go, buddies. That's by all means, you can take our advice, or you can tell us to take a long walk off a short pier. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. Why doesn't Jack do any Betway bets?
I think he has scar tissue with all the Steelers stuff. We just mocked him every week. Yeah. Jackie, okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I could do some Betway bets.
Let's get you in the mix here, right?
How about Rhett too?
No, he doesn't. You have to pay him extra for that.
Pay?
Well, how much do we have to pay?
Yeah, what's the rate, Rhett, for your wisdom?
You know what? A lot of talk of pizza. When I'm back, I expect some pizza.
I got a text. We were talking about pizza. Thank you, Betway. Betway up. Betway partners. We're going to be doing some stuff with Betway. Those guys are the best. Talking with the Wolverine yesterday. Betway. Let's get her going.
Let's go Betway.
The official gaming partner of Barnborough to get that Betway app. Bet the responsible way with Betway. Somebody had texted. It's like, you guys are talking about pizza and you haven't brought up Mad Rose Pub yet?
Damn.
You
We know, but it wasn't our questions.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right? Some of the best pizza you're going to find in Calgary comes right out of the kitchen at Mad Rose Pub. We've been telling you about this right from day one. They make the sauce, they make the dough. Everything's fresh every day. It is great food. Maybe you just want to go and have a water. You're going to the pub and you're not having a bunch of... No, that's how good the food is at this pub, Mad Rose Pub at up in Royal Oak. And some of the best pizza you're going to find in the city. 15 Royal Vista Place. It's going to be a great weekend. Although I do understand we're going to have maybe a day or so of cold weather, snow kind of thing coming up.
Rinks need it, Dean. We need a little cold to lay down some ice.
Yeah, short-lived. There'll be a quick pivot out of that. But make your weekend plans because kid-friendly. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Take your family, take your kids, go have some great food. And if you want to pub it up, then by all means, they will do that for you. They got over 20 beers on tap and rotates and all kinds of good stuff up at Mad Rose. But a great partner of ours, and yes, some great wheel. Indeed, at Mad Rose Pub. 15 Royal Vista Place. Maybe you want to order in. madrose.pub is their website. The weekend for you, Rhett, you're going to nationals, internationals, states. What are we doing?
Continentals, yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Two
Again.
pick
A game Saturday night, and then 2 games on Sunday, and then I don't know what to do, seeing as my flight's been canceled. Should I just leave?
Start walking. Hitchhike.
I should try that, actually.
Hitchhike.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Very efficient. Doesn't take long at all to get a ride.
See, this is one of those things where we kind of, you talk, maybe I should do this. But truly, it's a bad stroke of luck when the airline you've booked a ticket with shuts down entirely.
The day
2 days before you're going to fly.
They've canceled your flight. No, they've canceled the company.
That's even worse.
Okay, so when's the next flight leave? Never.
Okay, but I do have credit tied up there, so can I spend that on?
Never.
Call your credit card company and beg.
Yeah. You won't believe this. I hope you're sitting down. And this is, I hope we could all find the humor in this. But the company, the airplane, they don't fly planes anymore.
Oh, dear.
Oh. Would you like to buy a plane? Because there's probably some for sale.
You might be able to get a hot deal on a plane.
Retro?
I'm less than what the other guys were charging there. Let's go.
Just rent a plane and get
Private
a pilot.
jet?
Go.
Although it's not,
hell's the difference?
maybe bigger than what you need. But you love elbow room on a flight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Hey, 757 Milwaukee. So you're going to Pittsburgh. What are you doing? Long hair.
We got a little kid hockey, stupid early morning, like it's 6:30 tomorrow or something insane.
You got to cancel those.
Yeah, and then we turn it into a skating coach thing. That's going to be a nightmare. But we got a game on Sunday, and that's our last game before a final tournament of the year. So everyone's getting. We're near the end here, fellas. Near the end. Near the end.
There you, Dean. Are you back to Lethbridge? What did you find out about who won and who lost?
Yeah,
I know this. We've been sent orders for hoodies and banquet tickets to the event we don't know if we're going to.
And you don't know where still.
Here's the thing. We've been told where it is. I have never heard of the place in my life.
Good. Yeah, that must be close by.
I'll have it for next week. I wouldn't even know how to search it. It's like a Jean-Luc Picard de Quebec, some French thing by St. Albert or something in northern Alberta.
Perfect. That's close.
Do you guys know any kind of French-sounding towns
Lac
in northern
La
Alberta? It is not Lac La Biche. I'd say hello to Rene. So I don't know what the hell's going on. To your point. So, but I know what I'm doing tomorrow night. I'm getting my Greta on.
See Greta. What are you doing tonight? Have you checked what's on the menu? That's something you got to figure out.
Rhett was giving us one of this. Did you have it?
I had a point, and I know you're upset. You're not sure where you're going or if you're going, but you're probably supposed to go, and it's northern Alberta. You know what that's called, Dean?
What's that?
That's called a road trip.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's called a road trip. It's over 4. That's a road trip. You can get a bunch of grub, whatever you want to snack on.
Jerky
on. Look what you got to look forward to. My goodness, I'm happy for you.
I'm bringing jerky
Make
back.
Make a new, what are they called? Music list or playlist.
Yeah.
Make a new playlist.
Getting that love train going again. Hey? Yeah. Love train chugging. DoorDash! Get the DoorDash app. Restaurants, groceries, pharmacies, jerky, bakeries, whatever you want. You get it right at your door.
Seeds? Yeah.
What you want, where you want it from, whenever you want it, shows up at your door. Easy peasy.
Tammy ordered a bloody Bluetooth speaker.
Bloody?
Really? Sometimes you need that. Promo code Nation25. 25% off your first order of $15 or more. And the thing with jerky is it's not cheap. So you think $15 worth of jerky, is that? It's the price you got to pay. You got to pay to play.
You go get the high-end stuff from Longview.
You got to play.
Free plugs.
Yeah. Gratuitous today. Really gratuitous.
Life's too short for bad jerky, Red.
Good point.
It's good policy.
You don't want to eat shit jerky. What's on the menu for DoorDash?
Got for the Hoopers and the Dimers, Boomer Supers, Raptors and Hawks from Atlanta at 5:30.
Oh, son of a... Keep going.
And then 7 o'clock, Wild against Oilers.
Wild.
Skin Flute and the Flower, head to head. That's what's on the menu.
Nice. Dash that for the win with DoorDash. Yeah. Now, Ryan, I apologize because you wanted to be done the show.
Yeah, my kids have been calling me like crazy.
Prior to now. So are your kids at home without a parental...
They've walked to go to badminton, so I got to meet them there.
Oh, you're doing a good job of winding it up now, Dean, by continuing it, helping them out. That's good.
Talk a little bit more about...
I'm going to take this call. Hello? I will be there in 10 minutes, Buster. I'll see you there. I'll meet you in the cafeteria. Bye. Yep.
That's a nice.
They don't say
thing.
bye. They just hang up. They don't
That's
have
a
any
nice thing
etiquette.
for the rich folk. They just send them to the club.
Yeah, let's just go to the club.
Let's just watch the club.
Put on your whites and do order a goblet of some fine purple grape water.
When you come to, that's why you just never know the life advice you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
We're all from different walks of life.
Go to the cafeteria. That's my advice. Kids.
You do the walk of life. You do the walk of life.
They upgraded the food there because the cafeteria food was shit.
Yeah, they have.
Oh.
They just renovate everything every 10 minutes. So it's always new and better and more expensive. It's perfect.
They got jerky?
That's a good question. I wonder.
Can you get your jerky on?
Feel like the curlers would like the jerky. That could be a fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what all do they have in there?
In terms of food or in terms
no,
of...
like what your thing?
Indoor pool, outdoor pool, gym, 8 curling sheets, 6 tennis courts, squash courts, badminton courts, bowling lanes.
Rink? Hockey? Ice skating?
There is an ice surface that's figure skating, and then they allow pick up shinny at certain times of the week.
No boards.
No boards. Plastic pucks.
You got a climbing wall?
There's a climbing wall.
What if I wanted to play badminton?
There's 6 badminton courts for you.
Okay.
Some great badminton players there, Dean.
Some
You
of
would
the
be,
best.
I don't know.
Olympians. Literal Olympians.
Pickleball?
Summer, they convert the curling area to pickleball.
Okay. Bocce?
Bocce, no.
Okay. I don't even know if that's, it's kind of
on your lawn.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty great.
He's got to go.
Do you have like a
he's stalling now being
here's your bill for the month for the food and beverage?
Favorite thing in the world is knowing when you or I need to leave, and he's the happiest.
Like you guys are the only thing you got things going on in life. Like, what do you think? I just got nothing the rest of the day. I just got to sit around.
I know. I know. As soon as you hear one of us say, "I need to be out by," you will absolutely sabotage it and extend it.
His kids are getting foot rubs and they're like fanning them.
No, they're starving and they can't order food without me.
What would shut up,
just leave.
This is for all the croc videos. I deserved it. Snakes.
You know what?
Put it upon yourself, you putz.
Like that was
uncalled for.
Like we want to have good times on Fridays, and you tried to ruin it.
Most aggressive of Pinder report ever, potentially.
Deep fried rat, pig eyeballs. Like, what are you doing?
The huge cobra, crocodiles, cougar as a pet, cliff jumping.
Real great.
Busted semis, shark attacks.
Nationgear.ca. That's the website. Tickets for Greta tomorrow night, Battle of Alberta. We're going to be there. Doors open at 7. As Casey told you, $10. It's all going to charity, and you got the word. You're going to feel pretty good about that $10 investment.
Love it.
To help out a great cause closer to home. You'll be just fine. We'll be there, cursing, shaking our fist at those Oiler fans. Oh, you sons of guns with your Oilers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Win another draft lottery, you bastards. We'll be doing all that sort of stuff, and having a hell of a time. Do we have a plan for the after show yet?
We do. Yeah, we just need you to stay out of it. It's organized. Yeah.
I'll stay out of it.
Perfect. Done.
Have a fine weekend, everybody. Thanks to the sponsors. Support the sponsors. We haven't said this in a while. The sponsors are great to us. That's how this thing keeps going. Pig eyeball videos don't happen on their own. It just doesn't happen, folks.
And speaking of support the sponsors, I want to give a huge shout out to our pals at Origin Brewing. They now open the kitchen. Grand opening today out in Strathmore.
Yeah, they did.
Good looking menu, barbecue flavor. They had the food trucks out there. They're just another notch higher every time we check in out there. Congrats.
We need to do an eating show out there.
Yeah, soon enough.
You can drink, I'll eat.
Right,
and we'll just keep going with a live show until one of us can't do it anymore.
I like my chances.
One of us falls asleep.
I like this.
From food or booze. God, why would I bring that up? There's no way. There's no beating Pinder. He's unbeaten.
I was just going to say, and you're definitely going to lose.
Jack tried one.
Jack, how did it go when you tried to take down the champ?
Couldn't even come out the next night.
I've tried twice, and I've been like, what am I doing at 4:30 both times?
See, maybe you need to try the eating with me. You got a way better shot.
Way better chance.
Way better.
Have a good weekend, fellas.
Bye. See you, buddies.